Welcome to the stream, everyone. Tonight we're looking at compact tool kits, and as you can see, I've got a bit of a mess of tools in front of me. I'll flick it to that view. We've got a lot to go through tonight because I collect tools from all over the place, and it's about time I put together. Jona's having a lovely chat with himself. Yeah, that was it. Well, basically, I try and run a lav mic, but we organised all of our gear today, and I don't know where all the lav bikes went. But there's supposed to be an adapter on this one. But here we go, we're on. So, welcome everyone to the stream. Loads of comments coming in already. Most of them are saying no sound, no audio, but we fixed that now. Now, I've been pulling together all of my interesting, quirky, compact tools. Kind of got a lot from all over the place. We've got a heck of a collection going on now. And obviously they're no good in boxes and drawers and just random. I kind of have to put together kits. I talk about a compact toolkit all of the time, and it's a bit of a mammoth task when you've got so much stuff to really boil it down to what are the main tools that you need. What are the real keystone tools that you want in a compact toolkit so you can have something really small. So the first thing I'll mention is I'm in a different t-shirt, and this says, sorry, I can't socialise right now, my tools need organising. This is a brand new design which is coming for free. This is going to be our Black Friday offer. So next week on Friday, we're going to have a free t-shirt with orders over a certain amount. We haven't nailed down the amount yet, but that's going to be from Friday for a full month of December. So we're calling it Grey Friday because it falls in line with the release of Shadow Foam in grey as well. So lots happening at the moment. Free t-shirt is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and we thought this was quite a cool design. Hopefully, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Did I get to Harrogate? Not quite. Sadly, Matt, my cameraman, video manager, is still not very well. He's been working at home most of the week. Still not quite right yet, so he was kind of out of action for Friday, so we kind of we put Harrogate on the back burner. Should have put the mics in Shadow Foam, wouldn't lose them then. That is the next plan. Although I don't put the mics in Shadow Foam, I put the mics in a tin, put the tin in Shadow Foam and label the tin. We did have that in our travelling camera kit, but we've kind of changed it all up a little bit. Matty says, thanks for asking, mate. Unfortunately not. I was back in A&E on Friday for strong antibiotics. Well, hopefully he gets better soon, Matt. So, but he's here in the comments, so that's good. Right then, so first things first, compact toolkit is the name of the game today. You can see a bit of a mess on the table, and that's what, if anyone organises tools, you'll know this is how it goes. You've got to get everything out on the table, and this isn't even half it. I've got a couple of other totes. I've got this tote, which is full of stuff. I'm going to put that behind me. I've got a couple of bags and bits and bobs that I've been collecting, a couple of different toolbox options behind me. And I've already cut some foam for one. So this is one of the strongest contenders that I'm looking at for a... good evening, Ammo. How you doing, mate? This is one of the first contenders. This is a Facom box. It's quite nice in the fact that it's cantilever. And it nails it for me in terms of compactness. It's a really compact box. It folds out like this. You've got 2 layers for foam. Fit a lot of stuff in there. I'll send you a Zoll stock as took it to the show. Oh, yes, I remember you, Gorilla. You did mention that you were going to look out for us at the show. Well, if you send it, we'll include it in the stream of the video, so it'd be cool to see it. Right, so that was that. So I've cut some foam for that toolbox. Where's the shot line up? So there, I'll put it there. So that's one that we're going to be sorting out tonight. A couple of other options. This is a soft shell bag from Facom. I feel like I want a side camera and a front camera. Let's go to this one. Yeah, that's better. I'm still tweaking this camera layout and setup. There you go. So this is the like Facom soft shell case, which I've never seen this in the UK. I got this from France. Do you watch Rag and Bone Brown on here? I do. I love Keith. He's a regular watch of mine. He releases videos on a Friday, similar time to us. So I usually watch his before I watch ours. Not that I always watch ours, but sometimes I do. Drop the screwdriver a bit. But I like Keith. Yeah, he does some great stuff. I love his junk hunts, and I pretty much watch all of his videos. Do you have inserts for Climb boxes? Yeah, Climb mod box. Got all of those. Great shirt. Thanks, Rebecca. Yeah, I feel like we wanted to do something a bit different for our free t-shirt offer. So this is it's a bit of me, this. Can't socialise, I'm organising my tools. So this box is, this little case is a soft shell Facom bag. It's about 50 quid, so a little bit on the pricey side, but really solid, like all things from Facom are. And it takes some foam. A lot of these toolboxes have all pockets stitched in on the side, but this one doesn't. So it kind of lends itself to having a 50mm foam base layer and then 2 lift out layers, which fills it all the way to the top. So that's another contender for the compact toolkit we're looking at tonight. So literally I've got this one all already prepped with some foam, and then the cantilever box. A couple of honourable mentions behind me, just in case you're wondering. This is the Wearer to go. Can you show the Zollstock collection finished in the drawers? Yes, Keith, I can. It's round the corner and all of the foam is fitted tightly in the drawers, so it'll be a bit of a job that, but stay tuned and I'll do it. Sons of One Arm Compenser, how you doing? Hi, how are we doing, Tom and Jacob? So this is the Klein to go box. I've been working on a compact toolkit for a long time. We are going to do a full video on it when I've really boiled it down, but I thought a lot of the conversation is ruling out items and talking tools and figuring out which ones I've got and which ones are the options. And I thought that would be something good for a stream. And then obviously we'll do the finished version in a full length video. So this is the to go Wearer box. Quite expensive, you know, it's about 70 or 80 quid for this. Looks quite nice. It looks like a briefcase. There's a strap that goes over the top. And then this folds up, that folds down. I need to be centre for that camera to see me. And it has little modules. Where's one of the modules? I put everything out, but obviously I put that much stuff out that I've lost it. Anyway, it has like basically a little module that goes in here, but it doesn't really fit very well. It's kind of a bit loosey-goosey in there. And I wanted to make a compact kit with like segments, like a mechanical and electrical. And I kind of, I've ended up binning off that one as an idea. Other options. This was quite a nice option I was looking at. S says you can get a small 3-drawer chest in Halfords for 24. I did do a small chest from Clark as a compact kit for a while, but it did get a little bit on the chunky side, quite heavy, because obviously there's a lot of steel in the drawers. I felt like it was quite heavy. When it was full of tools, it was a real beastie thing. It was a very heavy. Jona, no sound. Has sound gone off? Nope. I think we're still good for sound. If I see any more comments, I will investigate further. Gonna go for it. Canada Post is on strike. Well, that's no fun. This is a 3 Peaks tool bag. This is made out of recycled plastic. Looks like your standard messenger bag, really. But this, again, comes with like little modules inside. You can see here, there's like a little module, like that's a lunchbox module, and then this is like a smaller soft shell module. And the idea being you could make a toolkit and have it segmented into different categories. But so you will see this one mentioned a bit more in the video, because this is going to be what's called my emergency toolkit. So hopefully everyone's up to speed. How many are watching? We're on I can't really see with this screen. Well, I'll just have to guess. Definitely someone. Sound working for me, Steve. Happy days. So this is going to be the emergency kit. So anything that I mention that's for the emergency kit, that's the one. So yeah, let's start going through it. Really, that's the plan for today. So some of the tools I've already laid out on the table are going to be going in this kit, and I think we pretty much start with an electrical kit, really, and that was going to be this one, and that's the foam for it. So we're going to be starting out on the electrical kit, electrical compact tool kit, basically. Is that a silky saw on the table? It is. Well spotted. You really, you've really picked it out of the mess there, haven't you? This is a silky pocket boy, made in Japan. Really fantastic little compact saw, basically. One of the best, really, on the market. And this is the kind of thing that's like a little bit of a 76 viewing. Amazing. 81. So this is the perfect example of something that would go in a compact toolkit, but it would be more likely to go in a compact, like, emergency kit, you know, like a go bag kind of toolkit. So, you know, the likelihood of me needing to saw some wood when I'm repairing a machine or doing anything is going to be low. But having you know, my kind of ethos is, you know, I consider myself quite a good problem solver. But to be a great problem solver, you kind of need some tools, or the more tools you've got with you or on hand, the better. So maybe a multi-tool in your pocket is a good start, but better than that is a little compact toolkit. Have that in the boot of your car, and if you've thought it through and planned it out whilst you've got time, like now, when you do get in a bit of a pickle, or you're trying to help someone, or you're trying to solve a problem, you've got, you know, you're a great problem solver. So that's what my ethos is. So this is going to be a bit of an electrical toolkit. Pocket boy will be going in. Like I say, I've laid out a load of tools here. If there's anything picture eye, let me know, but I will go through them all. Because some absolute belting tools. Obviously, I go all around the world looking for tools, go to different tool shows. Are you doing Makers 2025 from Scott? Yes. Not really nailed down what capacity we're going to be there in. We haven't they've not kind of started reaching out for booths and stuff like that yet. And I don't know who else is going to be there, but we'll be definitely there in some capacity, whether a bigger booth than last time or a smaller booth or something different entirely, I don't know yet. But SawStop had their branded toolboxes, but rebrand Sustainer as owned by Festool, yeah. There's a lot. We did a video on Shadow Foam Plus channel, which is all about the Sustainer and then the fact that it's rebranded to loads. I've got about 12 here, 12 Sustainers with different brands on them. I like the first box, makes more sense for access. These cantilever boxes are great. Just depends, because there are some annoying ones. Some cantilever boxes, when they open out, you have hardly any access to the bottom layers, and they can actually be really, really annoying. But this one folds right back on itself. It's actually, to be honest, I'd consider this a bit of a rip-off, this box. I waited for it on deal. I had my eye on it for a long time. Sometimes they sell this box for like 85 quid, which in my opinion is just insanity for what is quite a simple toolbox. But I think I picked this one up for about 44 quid it was. I was always checking for it online, always looking for links. Even at 44 quid, that's not cheap for a cantilever small toolbox. But it's got quite an unusual design in that it's one cantilever layer, really solid, kind of my favourite colour as well, red and black, and being Facom, it's a really good top brand. So that's there. These are the foam inserts for it, already cut, so you know, literally quite a small piece of foam, quite a small bit of real estate there. But we're going to put together a cool kit today, and there's some real winners in here that I want to put in the kit. Starting with the Weir bi-cuts. Let me know if anyone's ever seen these or used these. These are such a good winner. These are the Weir bi-cuts, and if you've not seen these before, they are a pair of normal snips, but they have this power button, which is, to me, it's just super intriguing, isn't it? That they've added a power button, can you see? It even says power on it. And it means power. Basically what it does is it changes the pivot point. So right now, it's on the high torque mode, so it's got the power button pressed in. But if I push that out, it then kind of like pivots on a slightly different access point, or axis. And essentially, when you have the power button pressed in, you can cut through thicker chain and thicker cable, basically, with you don't need as much leverage on it. So really clever pair of snips. Not overly, there you can kind of see, look, 200% more power. Power, Jeremy Clarkson would love it. 200% more power, cuts through chain. I've cut through chain on one of our videos. Hardened steel jaws, made in Germany. Such a good, I mean, if you're going to have Swiss Army knife collection in foam, absolutely. We're going to be doing a multi-tool collection in foam. But if you're looking for me, multi-tools aren't about having loads of functions. It's having a couple of functions that it does really, really well, rather than like, you know, oh, it's a hammer, oh, it's a this, it's a that, and they're all crap. That's the northerner in thee, though. Like blood from a stone. You've got to get a good deal, haven't you? At the end of the day, it's when you're buying tools, there's no rush. They last forever. They don't have a sell-by date, do they, tools? You're better off buying a good thing, or when you discover a good thing like that, buy cuts, save it on your list, and then when it's on deal, Black Friday's around the corner, you can kind of get one. So that's definitely going in, as is the Knipex, don't know what they call it, I don't know the actual name. I don't think they have names, Knipex, do they? They just have codes, but this is a combination plier from Knipex. And I like this close-up camera. I can show you what I'm... Just a pity that that one's not looking at me. Maybe I could turn that camera a little bit. Let's have a look if I can do that. Because then I'm still in the frame. This is what it's all about, isn't it? A bit of... Is that the right way? No, it's the wrong way. Here we go. Now I'm in the shot. This is where the AI was good, but everyone got seasick off the AI. Nobody liked it. But this is the... there you go. Now you've got both shots. Right. This is the Knipex Combi Cutter. And essentially, it's a pair of long-nose pliers. It's kind of like bull-nose pliers because they're quite fat. This is the more recent version. That's the older version. And you can see they're more like really thin on the end, so they're more like a long nose plier. This is their second updated model. And you can kind of see the difference. This one on the left, my left, has got more cable kind of stripping sizes. And also it's got a step on the cable. This is a cable shear here. And it's got a step on it, and it can cut through thicker cable with less. The guy explained it to me at Nipex. He basically said with the step, it cuts through half and then the other half, rather than trying to do the whole thing in one pass. So you can see that's the upgraded version. I love this. This was one of my favorite tools. This is the better version. And this is the kind of thing, if you put these two together, full set of pliers, full set of cutters, some heavy duty snips, it's a winning combination. And they go in the ultimate toolkit for me, because I feel like with those two, you don't need much else. Where are we looking? Have we got the layout going? Right, so they're going to go, we'll put these here. So there we go, we've got the winning items going in the pile now. Agreed, buy once, cry once. Buy once, cry once, yeah. So that's, I mean, this is another strong contender. I'll have to show you this one. This is a pair of snips that I really like from CK. I've laid out the tools that are considerations. Let me know which one you would choose. So I really like the bi-cuts, they're really powerful. And they're classic snips, but can cut through some sturdy stuff. This is a more classic set of snips from CK. You can see they've got some particular cable size strippers, 1.5 and 2.5 on the kind of sharp edge there. But they've also got these little holes there. And if you've ever done anything with electrical sockets, you know those little M3, the 3.5mm socket screws that you use to put on socket fronts? Well, this is a little cutter. So you put like a long screw, put it in there, and you cut it off at whatever size you need really quickly. And if you've ever had a screw that's a bit too long, where's the camera again? This is going to be murder, so I think I need that AI back. If you've ever used, let me try the AI, but let's just see if it can go steady. Right, this might go, if everyone starts complaining, I'll turn it off. Right, we've got it on motion tracking. Right. I don't think I want it doing that seasick mode. How do I get it off that? Right, we'll try that, see what that does. Right. Weir and Nipex pliers are monsters, yeah. Well, they're just really good quality stuff. I learned a lot, I learned a long time ago, a little more on good tools that last a lifetime, yeah. That's it, we're talking good tools here. And so this is a really good tool. So if you're putting socket fronts on and the screws are a bit too long, you can use that to trim them down. Fantastic tool. Don't know if it makes it in the electrical toolkit for me, because if there was space, maybe I'd squeeze it in. Because basically I could lose these, because essentially I've got a pair of snips in this. This is where the conversation comes in. And you could put in a pair of like bolt croppers. This will go through a lot sturdier stuff than these. A mini pair of Nipex bolt croppers will go through a lot more than this thing. So, you know, let me know if anyone's watching and following the tool list. Is that the combination there, these three? Is that the ultimate compact? You have a pair of bolt croppers and then the snips and stuff. I'm not sure actually. Let me have a think. That's an option. What else have we got in here? So I don't use a lot of full meters in like a little Sparks kit like this. I'd go for something like a little fluke, little volt stick. Pretty cool little item. I love that. What else have we got in here? This is a must. This is a Weir electrician's hammer. So it's much shorter than this is a standard 16-ounce hammer. This is an electrician's hammer. You can see it's a fair bit shorter. There you go. That's the length comparison. Fair bit shorter. It's got a square head. That's for hitting nails up against a wall. So if you're trying to nail in little pins against a wall for little like cable clips, it's easy to do. Just a lot of a smaller form factor, and obviously it'll fit in a kit like this a lot easier. Fitting that in there is a dream compared to trying to fit in that. It takes up half a drawer. Right, next up is this little thing here. I need to show you this. In my old days, I was a Sparky, and tools have changed so much, and they're changing all the time. I only found this at a show recently. This is a Weir level. This is called Electrica Wasawaga. Electrician spirit level, this is called. And I never knew this existed, but essentially it's a small little torpedo level, about 400mm long. You can see it there on the front one. And it's got these little sliding segments. So if you're kind of marking up a box on a wall where you need to screw, trying to find studs, or these just slide into position. So it's a standard level, it's pretty solid, it's a nice feeling level, but it's also got this extra use to it, which is just a lot more handy, isn't it? It's quite big in my toolkit, but it just about fits. One of the considerations for this kind of cantilever box. Stephen says, how many times you can cut a 3.5mm screw down and it not screw into the back box? Yeah, I know what you're asking. Nearly every time. If I do it with a hacksaw and a file, which is the traditional way, so traditionally with a screw, you'd kind of cut it down with a junior hacksaw or whatever, try and file the end, and it is a nightmare. And obviously, with a normal bolt, you'd have a nut on it to wind off the nut, and you can't do that really with a screw box. So I've used this quite a lot, and this CK cutter here makes a really clean screw thread cut, and it works. I've never had it fail. It's worked every time. Power cutters are good for all rounding cutting, but they are only available in the USA, not UK. Power cutters? I'm not sure what they are. These are kind of power cutters, and these are available in the UK. Crescent have got some electricians like Lineman's big heavy duty cutters. I've got a pair of those, and I'm not a big fan of them. I don't think they beat these German ones. And didn't even make the table. That's a sad one, isn't it? Right, what else have we got on here? So let's pop that out of the way. Yes, so the electrician's level is going in. Then screwdrivers. This is probably the best set of kind of electrician screwdrivers on the market. I absolutely love these. I really like them in the holder that they come in. And if you've never seen them before, let me enlighten you. So this is the stainless steel range. They're still VDE, so they're not red and yellow. They're red and like sky blue. Just means that they're the stainless steel ones, stainless steel variation. And you get 2 screwdriver heads in the little kit, and then the shafts are like 1/4 inch bit on them, and then they just slot in. And they're just really good quality, and you get a whole selection of them, and you can have a whole 12-piece screwdriver set in a very small amount of space. Have you ever seen wire cutters go boom? I've made a few pairs go boom. Sadly, they're pretty knackered after you've... I had a... You know what I've still got, and I'll show you, actually. One of my proudest purchases back in the day was... cable shears are really expensive, and Nipex cable shears are something like 60, 70 pounds. And when I was an apprentice, there was no way I was spending that money on any tool. But I did have kind of a expensive taste in tools. I wanted good quality tools, I just couldn't afford them. So I used to kind of just have saved searches set up on eBay, and that's a top tip. If you're looking for tools and you want to take your time over it, save search Nipex, or hi to Sir Kai from Norway. How you doing, mate? Yeah, save a search on eBay for the tools that you're looking for, or the brands you're looking for, Weir, Nipex, and it's amazing what pops up. And this was an example. I got these cable shears for, I think they were like 25 quid or something. And they weren't like stolen, they were a legit listing. It was just somebody put them on an auction. But I was working as a field service engineer fixing double glazing machinery. And I was working with a guy called John, and he was this old Irish guy. And we were decommissioning a machine, and he was told everything had been switched off, everything's been isolated. And he just lent my cable shears and started just going through, chopping cables, chopping them all. And then there was this one random white flex kind of stringing its way through the machine, and it looked like none of the others. And he said, oh, come and have a look at this. What, do you think this is all right? And I was literally just tracing it out. I said, give me a second, I'll have a look where it goes. Just as I got to the plug, and I could see it was plugged in an outlet on the wall, I heard a bang, and John had just got impatient and cut it with my shears, and that's what he'd done. He'd put a big, look at this. Not long had these. I don't know if you can see that. They're a bit messy. Can you see that chunk out the shear? Can't tell if you can see that, but he did. That's what happened. And to be fair, that's usually all you get. If you've ever been, if you've cut through a cable, it just makes a bang, makes a flash, knackers up your the nice edge on your cutters, and basically trips the breaker. So nothing major really. I've had quite a few electric shocks in my time, and had a lot of you know, cut through cables myself. Actually, to be fair, I've never cut through a cable. I had another chap who I worked with who cut through a cable and set a factory alarm off, and then we were up in the roof void, and he was working on a panel, and he was he was just going a little bit, you know, what do they call it, laissez-faire, just like doing stuff. He just cut through this cable, and there was a bit of a spark, and he just kind of like, oh, it's all right. He was doing a light fitting up in the ceiling. Anyway, we got down and we could hear a bit of a buzzing, like a beep, 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 like this constant like beeping. Didn't sound like a fire alarm, but we came down to the factory and it was really eerily quiet. There's no one about. And anyway, what had happened is he'd cut this power. Whatever he'd done, he triggered the burglar alarm, not the fire alarm, the burglar alarm. And burglar, say that 10 times fast. And he'd set the burglar alarm off and the whole factory had evacuated. They were all at the front wondering what had gone on. And that was in a big sauce factory in Runcorn. But yeah, no worries for Jimmy. He wasn't too bothered at all because he was nearly retired. But I was trying to make sure everyone knew what to do with me. That makes them easier to strip wire with for now. I feel like I missed an earlier comment from you, 3-phase. Hi from Denmark. How are you doing, Henrik? Lol, yes, 415 volts in a HV cabinet. Was told it was dead, but it was not. But I put my trust in my boss, lol. That's why you need little things like this. Little fluke stick in your pocket, and it looks quite discreet to just put that on power. And if you don't know what this is, that'll detect power on any wire. And you can get these for like 20. This is made by Fluke. It's a good one. You get 20, 25 quid. You shouldn't put your life on the line with this. You want to test it with a proper multimeter. But if you just, sometimes, you know, when you're just second guessing yourself, you've already isolated, you've already checked it, but just having this in your pocket, the main thing it's for is for buzzing out. If you've got a list like 10 cables, which one's the live one? Shout out T-Dog. Hello from Salt Lake City. Hello, Christopher, how you doing? Oh, I'm glad you like the videos. I'm from Canada, amazing. So let's back to tools. I'm getting the kit going. Has anyone got this Wera screwdriver set? Because I love it, honestly. It's one of, it was an absolute must for this electrician's kit. Because look, so I've got the 2 handles, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 screwdriver heads. And these aren't like, you know, if you buy a bit set with traditional 1/4-inch bits, they're no replacement for a screwdriver, are they? Because they're so bulky, they're clunky. If you put that in there, for all intents and purposes, that is a standard terminal driver. Nice chunky handle, you can't even tell it removes, it just works. And usually you only need that, and then maybe like a chunkier posi drive screwdriver or something. And that's all you'll need on a job. But the ability to switch it out for others, for me, is just like priceless. It's amazing. They're not even like a compact version. They're like a full-size screwdriver, but taking up a lot less space. So that's going in. Those 2, plus all the screwdriver heads. I had an extra 2, but I think they were from another kit. The hole blown in the cable shear blade will fit that cable size now. Yeah, well, it'll be like a 2. Oh, I see, right. Yeah, that makes it easier. It does. It turned it into a, where is it? Did I put it, oh, I'll put it back. It turned into like a 2.5mm cable stripper. Got a smaller kit as they were from Temp. Right, okay. Well, obviously there are lots of brands that make similar things like this now. I've gone for the Wera one. I think they were one of the earlier ones. I got a set, the set that these came from, which is the non-stainless ones. They came from an earlier kit that I had. And then, I don't know if someone nicked the handle. I was on a site, but I came back to my toolbox and either I lost it or it had gone working. It had gone missing. But that's why I've still got a random selection of these, but no head. No head to go with them. But I'll save them. I'm sure I can get a head separately. What kind of multimeter is that on the side table? This here. This is another little personal favourite of mine because look how small it is. I mean, my background is fixing machinery in a factory, and you'd have a walkie-talkie on you, and you'd get a quick call to a line. Graham's in. How you doing, Graham? I've missed any screwdrivers. Are we putting that autoloader screwdriver in the kit that you sell? You know what? I would, but I think for me, this is a nice one to have at home in your kind of like home kit. Or maybe when we do the car kit and you obviously don't need it to be as compact in a car. I think this would be a beauty for the car kit. This is this is the autoloader. We now have a Shadow Foam branded one, but I think we've pretty much all sold them all. We do have more on the way. We've got a couple. I don't think the autoloader will make it in this compact kit. This is the Shadow Foam one. You've never seen it before. It's there it is. Which side am I? There. So you just literally twist it and engage a different 1/4-inch bit. Really satisfying, nice, solidly made thing, made in Canada to our Canadian viewer. When you come to Canada, you have to go to Canadian Tire and get the Maximum Bricks modular storage system. I think we are planning on going to Canada because I'm friends with James Hobson, who's the hacksmith, who's based in Canada, and he's invited us a couple of times to Herc, which is their campus. And I'd love to go, and obviously that is in Canada, and we'd definitely go around the tool shops while I'm there. But the autoloader, I've got another batch of these coming from Autoloader in Canada. Are you from Germany? No, I'm from Northwich in Cheshire, UK. Born and bred, but I've got family in Germany. Draper have a good set of interchangeable with 2 different sized handles. Yeah, I think since Weira did it, I think they were definitely one of the early birds. I have seen a lot of equivalents now at much more moderate prices, and I imagine Draper's a moderate price. They have some great budget stuff. When you come to Canada, yeah. Are you coming to Saturday evening now? Oh, look at this, there's work conversation going on in the chat. Graham's coming it's our end of year meal on Friday. Stephen, you like the screwdriver? I'm really glad to hear that. I really like it. I only kind of wanted it with shadow foam because it felt really nice quality and it just worked. I actually had a tough built one, which was similar in nature, and it was ropey. The bits got jammed in it. It didn't work very well. Linus Tech Tips from Professional Homeowner. I know Linus Tech Tips. I don't know Linus, but is he based in Canada? I suppose he is, isn't he? I watch a couple of YouTubers then, because I do watch Linus every now and then. The problem with Linus is he's got too much content, too much videos, hard to keep up. And I don't mind some of his, I like some of the stuff he does, but I'm not super technical, so. Right, back to my toolkit. So that's all going in, that's going in, that's going in. I like this meter. I did buy a new one. I'm a bit at a loss because I've got so much stuff out and going on. Let's have a look. I feel like I need to just show everything that I'm getting out. So I basically collect small bits of tools, and sometimes I get to show them in the videos, sometimes I don't. So this is like a slip and snip pair. That's a little pair of scissors that I bought. That was from the Snap-on van, and I'm sure at some point when we do a video about a super compact toolkit that's made in the USA, that feels like a real winner to put in that. 87 people watching, looking about tools. If you've got any tool recommendations, let me know. I always write them down on my phone, then I have a look later. Great screwdriver. Oh yeah, we just read that one. LMG LTT is based in Surrey, Vancouver, if I recall. Yeah. Right, okay, so that could be another one that we visit then. What else have we got in here? That's a Weira tool check. Anyone who knows Weira tools will recognise that little like compact kit. Takes up too much room for me. I want to go more compact than that kit. Yeah, we are going to be doing like a super compact kit at some point, where it's like really tiny little tool kit that's going to go in your bag, and that's where little items like this will really come into their own. This is from Victorinox, and it's basically just a 1/4 inch bit holder on both ends, and you put it in this little holder here, and that is like a full set of like 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 screwdrivers in one little tiny piece that would go with like a multi-tool to give you a lot more functionality. Good little thing. No, never too many tools. I agree. This channel is all about seeing what's new and discovering the new tools, and you know, and I'm a tool hunter, so all of these I buy and collect and try and put together good kits. So this is like a toiletries bag here that I put a load of stuff in, because I do need a torch for this toolkit. I quite like EDC equipment, everyday carry, because the guys from Everyday Carry are always pushing the limits of how small a tool can be and how kind of multifunctional it can be, and far more than the standard tool industry. Like the tool industry, just assume you've got like bags of space, toolboxes galore, and you can just fill, you know, have as much as you want. Whereas the Everyday Carry companies, they're trying to take something and then boil it down into its smallest form, where you know, and that's where some really incredible like compact tools have come from. I've really gone nuts now with everything on the table, but let's have a look. So I need a torch. Options for a torch. We've got something like the Nebo. These are quite nice. Ooh, I need to get used to where this camera is. These are quite nice little things because you've got like a torch in two directions, one on the end, one on the front. Just too big though. Again, this thing, too big. That one's not too bad. In terms of how much space it takes up in foam, not too bad. I might have to put ones that I'm not using over here. The option for the torch though is pretty unanimously, unanimous, it's only me voting. One vote out of one person is unanimous. Love the compact toolkit idea. I've got one in the car, but it's a bit bulky. Always looking for ways to reduce the footprint. This is what it's all about. I'm literally on this journey. I've made a couple of compact toolkits before. I've got 2 on the channel already. This is the first one. I haven't even showed you this one yet. This is the first compact toolkit I made. Some items have gone walkies, but essentially it's mostly there. You can see that there, can't you? There you go. So there's a few built-in little tools in here. I can probably find the ones that are missing. Here you go, here's a couple. I'll just chuck them in so you can get the idea. There was a Milwaukee fastback knife there, but it was an older model with a different shape. That was the tape measure. The set of Allen keys, I might still have them. To be fair, that is an oversight. I do want a set of Allen keys in this case. And will I have the amazing set that I didn't quite make them, but I put them together, if you know what I mean. They didn't exist in the function I wanted them, so I kind of amalgamated 2 sets to make one really compact set. Here we go. It's missing one, but it gets the idea across. It's that's a full set of Allen keys, but in a heck of a lot less space than your traditional set. Take, for example, a full set of Milwaukee Allen keys. Crazy, isn't it? That is a full set of Allen keys, and there's no compromise on quality. These are really good chrome beta. These are Italian beta ones, but they just take up so much less room. There's no wasted plastic on them. So that, for me, that's the compact version, which we're going to have in this toolkit, to be fair. But it was in here. A couple of other points of note in this kit. We've got another one of these little 1/4-inch bit drivers that rotates. Got a Zippo lighter, torch. Am I missing any comments? And great with a magnetic bottom. Yeah, this is the one. This is the torch we're going to be having. This has got a magnetic bottom and a magnetic side. This is from Unilite, and it's got everything that I showed you on the previous one. It's got torch on the end, torch on the side, and then a torch on the back. I don't know why it's got one on the front and the back. I'm not sure what that's about, but more torches the merrier, really. It's rechargeable, no batteries in it, and it folds down like this and it's magnetic, so it's a bit of a winner, and look how small that is. So that's one I'm going to be putting in this electrical toolkit. Back to this one though. There is a smaller bit check set, Weira 2024 advent calendar. Yeah, I saw the Weira 24 advent calendar. I was like, there's so many advent calendars now, and it's so many tool brands are doing advent calendars. It makes me want to buy one of them all and do a bit of a comparison, but I kind of looked at doing that, and some of them cost a fortune, and they're all very similar. They're all like the same stuff, and I just can't bring myself to spend, you know, like, to buy a good amount of them. It'd be like 700-800 quid on advent calendars to have like literally 7 or 8 versions of the same thing. So I was a little bit like remorse to do that. And no one's offered to send us any, so. Love the compact tool, I've read that one. Good evening, how you doing, Mark? Petch, nice to see you. So back to this, so yeah, but the problem with this toolkit is there were a few notable misses. There was a few things that I just didn't, that I needed, and a few things that I never ever used in here. So this knife was a bit dead, the torch was too bulky. This is a great panel key. I don't know if you've ever seen this Weira panel key. Kind of like, it's got like, this is like a volt stick on the end, but it never worked properly. It was always really dodgy. It's got a bit driver on the end, which again, sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound cool? Oh, it's a bit driver as well. But literally you try and drive one screw with that, and then the plastic just literally twists and knackers. So that sounds fantastic, and it's like 40 quid, but it is an absolute, you know, sad tool. It's a waste of space. Plus this little bit set like this, too many bits. You have a big set like that, and you only ever use like 3 or 4 of them. Tape measure again, bulky, just wasted space. We can do a lot better. So that was the first generation compact toolkit. I made a better one than that. The second version was a heck of a lot better. I have got that one around the corner, but again, that's lost even more stuff. I don't think there's anything. I'm going to keep talking while I walk off the screen. Oh, AI's followed me. I'm going to stop you there, Mr. AI. So let me just grab the other compact toolkit in here. You can still hear me talking because I'm around the corner. There is lots to go at, lots to get. This is why I think this is a multi-part project, making the ultimate toolkit. There we go. That's the AI. Hand signals to get that working. This is the second generation of compact toolkit. I haven't even looked inside this. Yeah, sad. It's pretty much lost all of its items. There's very little left in here. This is where we expanded it into what items do you need other than just tools. Sometimes your best tool is your mobile in your pocket. So I had stuff like this in it. This is just a little like 3-in-1 charger, USB-C, Lightning, micro USB, folds into itself. Kind of feels like a good toolkit provides, you know, things for multiple problems, and not every problem needs a spanner. Sometimes you just need to be able to charge something. Yeah, this has got that torch in it. Not much else though, but you can see we upgraded the scope. We went from this size, wait there, tell you what, we'll get used to this in the end. We went up a good 25% in size to that one. There you go, you can kind of see there. But never really nailed it with either of those. So this way, we're splitting into different categories now, electrical and whatnot. If you're missing any Milwaukee tools from your compact kit, check Dylan's car. I'm not missing any Milwaukee tools, I know. I've got most of them organised. They're all in this panel. All the Milwaukee tools. Maybe power tools, I haven't checked them in a while. Like the small Allen key holder, where can we get that? So this one is, annoyingly, they're rarer than you would expect. Where's it gone? Did I put it back in that box? Yes, I did. Annoyingly, this one is Crescent. I'll give you the model. It's called Crescent brand. Doesn't have a model number. That one is no longer for sale that I can find. Sealy Tools had this exact same thing for about 12 quid, and it only lasted for maybe a year. Pardon me. I realised the mic's underneath me, so I probably didn't quieten that down very much. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for one of these because I feel like this is something that needs to be on the market. I really, really like this set. If you are looking for one, you probably want to look for cycling Allen keys. A lot of cycling brands think more laterally when it comes to Allen keys because they're thinking about clipping it to a bike frame, and they'll make it in a little round housing like this. But general kind of like tool manufacturers don't really give a rat's about the actual space of the item. They just want to make it look nice or whatever. So cycling, you can get some good stuff. Like I was saying before about EDC, everyday carry. As soon as you search everyday carry knife or everyday carry tools, they're all boiled down. They're a lot better. Kelly's in. Matchy loves Olight. Well, I've got a few Olights. There's one right there. That's on Matchy's recommendation. This little Olight is the exact same one that Matchy has, the Baton 3. And it's basically a really compact torch, super bright, in its own little case. This one won't be in my toolkit. This would probably be more like a little survival emergency kit because this torch lasts a heck of a lot longer than anything else because it's got its own little battery pack. It's like AirPods with a torch, which if you're going into a bit of a situation where, you know, you're away from home and you've got a little toolkit for an emergency, you want a torch that doesn't just, like this one is great for lighting up a cabinet or sticking to the side of a thing, but you don't really care about that if you're just trying to light up inside a tent or whatever. Seems like a 3D print job for the key holder. You're not wrong. You could 3D print a much better version than that, probably. This has nailed it. I've seen a couple of these over the years, and this one is really compact. I love my Olight. There's Matt's in. Yeah, there's a couple of other versions. I was sent this. This is by Wooben. Sounds like I'm Jonathan Ross, doesn't it? But that is the brand Wooben. And it's basically the same idea. It's like a torch in a housing. And then this one kind of like, it rotates the head. So if you can see that, you can have it like lighting forwards or have it lighting sideways. I haven't, so far I've not got on with it, but it's got wireless charging as well. The mechanism for like the switch and that is a little bit clunky. Like you see there, how do I get it from red to white, you know? There's only one button on it and maybe you tap it or, oh, there you go. Not bad, I suppose, it's all right. They sent me that one and just, they saw the videos and said, let me send you a torch. And I haven't really looked at it a great deal yet, but anyway, it's in the mixer, it's on the table, so it's in the club. I think that these, though, are going to be going in the survival kit. So there's a little pile over here that I'm putting together of survival stuff. So like the Silky Pocket Boy is one of those items. It could be, if you're putting together a compact tool kit, you might be working, you might be a gardener, or you might be doing something that you're cutting bits of wood and sticks. I'm not really. But if you are putting a compact tool kit together for what you do, this is like a little fantastic pocket. It's called a Pocket Boy, made in Japan. It's by Silky. If you search that, you can get it on Amazon. And it's just a really, really high quality wood saw that folds down to literally the palm of your hand. Comes in a little case. That's the kind of thing I'm going to put in the little emergency tool kit. Because if you're out in the woods, you're going to be thankful of having a little wooden saw, a little saw like that. Not so much an electrical toolkit though. So that and the lights go in the emergency kit. So this is the plan of tonight, really. Just try sorting some stuff out. Stuff like the big Hults 4 16-ounce hammer. I only had that in the mixer just to do a comparison, really. So that can also go away. We've got little items like this is a pocket level by Worth. I think it's technically Worth, but again, it's super. We did a little bit of a matchup on this versus a couple of the other contenders that are on the market. So these are like Milwaukee's compact torpedo levels. So these are the idea. If you wanted a compact level and you wanted a Milwaukee one, that's what you'd get. But then this was the little Worth one. Same function. Out of these three, Worth pretty much the cheapest one. You can get that for about £8, and it beats these out of the water because this is really strong magnetic on the bottom and on the side, whereas these have only got a magnet on the bottom, and you know, just a winner. So on my travels, I find stuff like that, and I've obviously bought them and put them in the drawer, and I know that in a compact toolkit, that's the winner. And that is made by Stabila as well. So if you search Stabila pocket level, you find the exact same thing in yellow, and Stabila make it for us. Rebecca, Beckenrue here. Shout out for Ruben, please. Uncle Jona. Hello, Ruben. Hi, how are you doing? Let me know what tool you want to put in the toolkit. Something for working on cars, I reckon, for little Roo. So that would be spanners. You need a spanner for working on cars. And when it comes to spanners, what do you reckon to that one? That is a Bahco, so Swiss made. And if you didn't know, Bahco are owned by Snap-on. So, you know, Bahco's affordable quality, really. Really good Swedish tools owned by Snap-on. And Snap-on use all of their tooling and patents are all the same. So a Snap-on adjustable is the exact same as a Bahco one. Same model, same like casting and everything. This is their little 4-inch one. And again, it's kind of like so popular in EDC circles. And if you don't know, EDC means everyday carry. So the everyday carry guys love this because it's really handy. It's really small, but kind of really accurate. A lot of these small little pocket size adjustables can be like just hopeless. You know, you try and turn any screw them and they're knackered. I bought Theo's handsaw after seeing one of your videos. Theo's handsaw? Not sure what that is. Hang on. Maybe, is that Tough Built? The Tough Built handsaw, maybe. Bosch saw. Ah, that's the, this thing. The Bosch saw. That is a winner. It's not actually going to make the compact toolkit because I've got a better one. I say better, it's different, it's a different function. But if you didn't know, this was in the Bosch video. Really cool. This is an amazing little product that's on Amazon right now. It's like a hidden gem, really. You know, you have to search Bosch recip handle, and it's about £15. And essentially, it takes any old recip saw, you put it in there, clamp that down, and you've got a little handsaw. And it can take wood saws, metal saws. Quite cheap, quite small and innocuous looking, but super handy if you've got that in your toolkit. It's kind of like a fallback option. I love my small Bahco socket set. I do. The 1/4-inch socket set match is a winner. It's like, I think it's called the SL25, and it's like £20 or something, and it's like unbreakable. I've had a couple. The only thing is you lose the bits, and then they never break though. Let me catch up on some comments. Yeah, Matt, you've got a few Olights. Olight arc field is the perfect EDC torch. I've not had the arc field. This one is a. I did get another Olight for the pink toolkit, which is coming soon. Baton. This is a Baton 3. Oh, beauty. I've been looking forward to this video for a while. Yeah. Once I've boiled down the compact toolkit, I will be putting it into like a more refined video. But this is kind of the discussion, a bit of the start of the discussion, really. Got a small pull saw with folding handles from Lumberjack. Yeah, theirs is like the Japanese pull saw, isn't it? Yeah. Bit too big for this kit, but anything with folding handles is a bit of a winner, isn't it? Bacco invented the adjustable. Yeah, they did. Rue loves a hammer. He does love a hammer. Well, we are having an electrical hammer in this video. This is like a small compact hammer. So if I park it next to something like the Tough Built, this is the Tough Built standard hammer. They call this the shock stop. That's the Tough Built hammer. That is the electrician's hammer. So if you're doing any size comparison on site and you're an electrician, you don't really want to get involved. You want to keep your head down. But yeah, that's a bit of a beastie carpentry hammer, that is. That's for like a roofer, you know, with a milled face like that. That's like swinging in nails in one hit on a roof with this like little magnetic screw nail holder. This is much more for pins and little like electrical clips, you know, nailing in little cable clips. And it's so much, you know, takes up so much less space. Hi, good evening, Richard. How you doing? Rickard. My Christmas list is increasing exponentially to the time I spend watching shadow film videos. Well, the thing is, tools never go out of date. They generally are on sale for a long, long time. And the hardest part is discovering that they exist. Because even when I'm at these tool shows, until I knew that existed, I didn't know. You know, I had no idea that you could get a level that would make it easier to mark up the walls and mark up holes for sockets and things until I found it. And that should be on sale for a long, long time. You know, it's unlikely that they're going to, you know, improve on it, or even if they do, you might get the better version. Used it for years, the Olight. Right, Unilight torch is the torch light. Yeah, this is this one. I quite like the Unilight stuff. They got a load of good gear. Look more like ice pick. What was that I was talking about that looked like the ice pick? An ice pick is a good tool, to be fair. I've got a Durester ice pick, which is amazing. To be fair, that could make this toolkit. Didn't know we needed one. That's the same. It's not the size that matters, it's how you swing it. That's true. Until you've seen it, and you know, you've been living without it, and then it's almost like you see this tool, and then you can't live without it. But just add it to your wish list on Amazon. That's the trick, and then you won't forget it. Right. So onwards and upwards. What we're looking at now. So this is my, like I say, this is my electrical kit. I've also got a crimping tool that I was thinking about putting in here. So this is the X crimp. I got this from Germany. This is from Hornbach, I think. And Knipex have a better one than this, actually. But again, I'm not going to buy tools specifically for this kit. If you've already got them, I'm going to use them. Oh yeah, this is more like an ice pick, the hammer. Yeah, kind of looks like an ice pick, doesn't it? But it is a standard claw hammer. You can kind of see. Smart, I like it. I like the weird stuff. Hultafors make the exact same one as well. So this is the Hauper kind of crimping tool. And it's 4 crimping tools in one. I do look at this kit though and think, will I even fit that in there? I don't do a huge amount of crimping, to be honest. I like this kit. If you look, you can change out the jaws. So you have like bootlace ferrules, different sizes, yellow, blue and red crimps. That's bootlace ferrules, and that's bootlace ferrules. And then this is oh right, there's 3 bootlace ferrules. They're just going up and up and up in crazy sizes. Oh no, that's like a squared off one, 2p, and that one's like a rounded one. So I'm not entirely sure. That's the other thing about these crimpers. I mean, I only really use like small bootlace ferrules and the red, yellow, and blue. So I don't know about the use case of the others. I'm kind of feeling like I might skip that, but it's a consideration for a compact toolkit. If I can fit that in, I will. That's a maybe. What else do we need? So we've got the hex keys, got that. You absolutely need a knife in a toolkit. Knives I've got loads of knives of all. How about a car maintenance kit? That is on the list. I've got some absolutely belting tools for a car maintenance kit that you know, I found on my travels, and I'd love to put in a kit with some other stuff. I already have a car maintenance kit. I mean, I'm quite a prepared guy. I do kind of like to have toolkits available, but they're not, sad to say, they're not all in foam, and they can be improved. Me too, weighing up new Christmas tools, yeah. Lumberjack pull saw, only 14 centimeters long. Pretty good. A woodworking compact kit, that'd be good for. This is like a knife option, so there's quite a lot of knife options, to be honest. It can be quite a tricky category because there's quite a lot that have different features. This one is your standard utility knife. This is by Nerad, which is a plumbing brand out of Wales, Pwllheli. Standard like utility knife, but it has a scraper built in, which is quite novel, isn't it? So that's like a standard scraper, and if you don't know, when it's got a curving like that, that's like for cleaning paint rollers. So it's kind of a multi-tool. You've got like a knife and a scraper and a paint roller kind of cleaner. Bit bulky though. It's an option. What do you reckon? Would you include that in the kit? Got to work out how to close. There you go. You close it like that. So that's an option. The Nerad knife. This is a Milwaukee Fastback. Milwaukee Fastback is quite a common, or quite a bit of a, I'd say it's like a favourite amongst tradesmen, because it's been around for a long time, the Milwaukee Fastback. Really solid aluminium knife, kind of just reliable, but they have improved on that one. They do now have a couple of other models in their Fastback range. Where they are though is a good question. I have a lot of tools and a lot of bits and bobs around the place. I'm going to struggle. Milwaukee have basically got a knife with a bit holder on it. I'm not entirely sure where that's gone. The Nerad one's a good option. How about a de-stress kit after all Xmas come in? That'd be like a smashing room, you know, where you have a load of crockery on the table and you smash it all. That's what you need after Christmas. This is why everything needs to be in foam, because when it's just loose in drawers, it all gets lost a bit too easily. I've got a lot of knives. I mean, I'll cut to the chase basically. The one that I'm going to be including is that one. This is like your traditional knife, utility knife. But the only function I ever really care about is it being a decent quality knife. And this is the one this is by Gerber. And this is what I'm saying again about EDC. Check Dylan's car. That's got a reaction. Yeah, we found out where it went. The Fastback with a bit older. Yeah, goodness knows where that's gone. But I've got a load of knives that have ended up in different kits and boxes. You'll notice that in the videos where I'm hunting for quirky tools, I'll cut them in a random case to show how the shadow foam works. And sometimes they go back into storage in the tool kind of storage area. And until I need that tool, I'm like, where did that ever end up? And it's hidden like 5 boxes deep in there. But this is the Gerber anyway. So this was from France. And you'll see, folded out, it's about the same size as the Fastback. But and it's a really solid knife. It's got a nice feeling in the hand. But it folds down to literally half the size of a standard kind of utility knife. So it's a little gem really out of the things that I picked up. It's funny, I bought 2 Gerber knives at the same time from Bauhaus in Barcelona, and one of them was a bit of a stinker, really cheap quality, a bit like unnecessarily bulky and just didn't feel very good. And then this one was a winner, really nice tool. The only thing is, I do thinking about it, I feel like it could almost go in one of these little Maxpedition tool kits that I have. Yeah, here you go. This might be a better switch actually. I might do a swap. So this one's by Gerber as well, and this is a utility knife. Slides up, but on the back you've got a pry bar. So similar size, and actually I'm going to make that change now. I'm going to put that in this kit, I think, and then we'll put the tiny little one in a Maxpedition pouch. And if you don't know what this is, I watch a lot of EDC channels, and I'd recommend it. They're real gems for tools and tool recommendations. There's quite a few out there. The main one I watched was a guy called Urban Prepper. He doesn't really make content very much anymore, but he's a guy from Seattle, and he was all about emergency preparedness in the city, which is a bit different because most people talk about going to the woods. And unless, you know, if you're like me, I live in a town, and if I went to the woods with everyone else in this town, the woods would be overcrowded. There'd be no space. We'd all be going back home because the woods are too busy. So in reality, if you are in an emergency situation, typically you're going to be in an urban environment, and that's why this urban prepper was it was a lot more interesting to me, because he was talking about things that are far more useful to have in an urban scenario. So having things like a little knife, yes, and having like a little lockpick set. Might sound weird, but most locks are quite easy to undo, and if you needed to get through a gate or something, they don't take much. All you need is the right little tool, and if you don't know, this is a little lockpick kit here. You might be interested in this. Couple of quid, you know, really, really cheap. And it's basically 2 parts. It's a little bar, and this puts pressure on the lock to turn the lock. You can see it's very simple. And then you have a couple of little jimmies. See you, Jimmy. And that'll get you in most locks. Very easy, yeah, get it. Gekita. I don't know how you pronounce that. Gekita. Gekita gets it. It's very easy to pick a lock. Surprisingly, some locks take 2 seconds, and I'm no expert. I just worked in an industry where sometimes it's cheaper to pick a lock than cut a lock, because then you save a lock. When it's your lock, or when you're working in a factory and it's somebody's locker that you need to get into, you don't want to be cutting locks all the time, because it's just, it's causing problems really. How's that go? Lost how that goes back together. So in a little EDC Urban Prepper channel, it's nice to have it. I have a scoop for you. Bauforum, the German channel that features Shadowphone video. I still watch Bauforum every now and then. Sometimes some of their thumbnails intrigue me, and I'll try and translate it into English and watch it. How about home essential kit for the kitchen drawer? Torch, penknife, string. Yeah, this is kind of what this is. This has got like a little roll of tape in it. This is what you're more likely to need in an urban environment, a bit of electrical tape. I'll show you what else is in here. So, Sharpie. This is the Gerber armbar. Probably the best multi-tool on the market. And it's really small, really slim, doesn't take any space up. And you know, most of these little tools that come that are like Swiss Army knives, they're just terrible. Gorillas bring me round to darts, well maybe darts next. So Dylan's in the chat, peddling and meddling. Shout out to that name, peddling and meddling. That was my brainstorming with you, wasn't it? Peddling and meddling. Love it. Yeah, this is the arm bar. Basically, most multi-tools, don't know about you, if you've ever used a multi-tool, you only ever use 1 or 2 functions, don't you? You know, it's the knife, maybe the scissors, possibly. A lot of the others, bottle opener. You don't use anything else. Well, this is the Gerber arm bar, and all it's got is a knife, a screwdriver with a full 1/4-inch bit holder. Any 1/4-inch bit goes in there, and then a pair of scissors and a brad awl. But brad awl can be used for multiple things, to be honest. It's like for spiking holes and stuff. But it's got a good set of scissors that actually work really well, a little brad awl, and then the other thing is on this end here. It's got a full-on pry bar and bottle opener, and that for a multi-tool, that can't get better than that. It's the main one I have in my pocket. Oh, is the Gerber arm bar. So that's pretty sick. I've missed a few comments here now. How about home essential? Yeah, read that one. Very easy. Yeah, get Luke Littler on the stream with all his darts. He's busy. He's just won the. What's he just won now? He's just won a competition, Luke Littler, the Darts Masters or something. Head to Winchester, get a pint, and wait for it all to blow over. That's it. I'll be sat in the Winchester with an emergency preparedness kit. Dylan, go to sleep. Your car must break down a lot with all those tools you have in it. That's. You know what's so funny? I have like leased vehicles because I feel like I've got enough things to worry about. I don't need to be worrying about my vehicle. So it's never really my car I'm worried about. I'm more worried about friends and family and being prepared for helping others than being, you know, I would never want to be in a situation myself. So I feel like it's nice to be organised and prepared to a degree. And I'll finish off with what's in here just while we're on it. So this is a Write in the Rain pad. If you don't know what that is, again, little amazing, clever little invention. Literally, like, it's a pad you can write in the rain, grease, kind of. It's just a handy, it can't get soaked and knackered. So having a little Write in the Rain pad, they're not very much money. They're on Amazon for cheap, and they're fantastic little things. What else have we got in here? We've got a titanium toothpick. It's kind of like an ice pick. You never know what you're going to need that for, but it's super sharp. And again, just a handy little thing, isn't it? Better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. And these little pouches are about super compact. We've got little tweezers in here. We've got a little, that's a little glasses screwdriver. So you'll probably know that if you wear glasses, you can get this. It's like a little tiny posi drive and a little tiny flathead screwdriver in one little item. So fixing someone's glasses, little pair of tweezers, titanium. Any tradesman knows about splinters and you get them regularly. Tiny pair of Nipex Cobras. These kind of go with this little spanner in most people's toolkits. And then a Victorinox. This is a handy little knife. This is one of the best options for the UK. Not many knives are street legal. Not that you'd ever have this on the street, obviously, but even if you had it in your car, like you never want to have something that's not legal, just because it's not worth the hassle, is it? But this is a standard Victorinox knife. It's called the Cadet, and it doesn't lock when it folds open, so it's legal to have it in a little kit like this. And then a Fisher Space Pen. Anyone know what a Fisher Space Pen is? Or the story behind Fisher Space Pen? It's a really little pen. It writes upside down. It writes in water and it writes up in space. It writes anywhere. And the whole story about Fisher Space Pen was when the United States were undergoing the space race and trying to get to space. They realised that a normal pen won't work in anti-gravity because all the ink floats. So they went to great lengths and great expense to create the Fisher Space Pen, which is a pressurised cartridge. So this little cartridge here is under pressure, so it doesn't matter if it's in space, the pressure will push the ink out and it will always work. And the Russians saved their money because they just went to space with pencils, and they didn't have to invest in a Fisher Space Pen. But now we have a Fisher Space Pen in the world, and it's a great little EDC item. And then this is a flint and steel. If you didn't know what flint and steel was, it's a piece of flint and then a piece of steel, and then it just strikes sparks wherever you go, like that. And it's one of those things that's really inexpensive. Flint and steel is literally, a couple of quid, and look how small and compact it is. Just go on a keyring if you wanted it to, and then you'd put it in a little kit like this, and it will never, like if you have a lighter, they can run out of gas. The gas can just soak away out of them, but like that kit there. Oh, and we upgraded it too, didn't we? We've upgraded it now with the Gerber knife. So I'll flick that into there, and that is the super compact. That's the super compact toolkit. You can solve a lot of problems with that. I think we might refine that and do a full video on that, to be fair, because I think stuff like the lockpick kit is amazing. Oh yeah, and then a torch. This is the like the Boreat kind of tiny little. Oh, there it is. That tiny little torch, tiny little thing. It kind of super bright. Also the body lights up, so it can like light up an area. And it's also got another little feature I like. It does this kind of like police mode, which could be handy. I don't know. I think if you're out in the wilds of the city and you were going up against some grief, as soon as you see flashing blue lights, you don't hang around here. Anyone who's up to no good doesn't hang around when blue lights start flashing. Kitta says writes in a vacuum. It does. Fisher Space Pen's incredible technology. It is pretty cool. So how did the fire start? Well, that was it. So that's the super compact kit. So I'm going to park that over there because I won't use any of that in any of the other stuff. This was another half kit, so I kind of just, that's the small, they have a couple of different, these are Maxpedition pouches. Search that on Amazon, you'll find a really rough and ready little pouch to put a little kit in. So if you're thinking about, if you fancy this and you think, you know what, that makes sense, you put that in your glove box, you can, look how small it is. If you made that kit and put it in your glove box, you can solve a lot of problems with that. And these Maxpedition pouches are like 20, 30 quid or something, and I've obviously fitted a lot in there, and I can still fit more. Oh yeah, I did have that in there, that's fallen out. That's a tiny little bit set that went in the bottom there. There we go. Music's gone off as well, let's get that going again. It goes super quiet in here. I'm in a unit all on my own, so there's no other noise when that goes off. I think they didn't want graphite floating around in the spacecraft in case it shorted something electrical, hence the space pens. You know what, I'm going to add that line to the story, because I've recently been following SpaceX, and I love all that, and I, credit to SpaceX and Elon Musk in making those advancements. So the idea that they've already got the pen ready, and it wasn't, you know, there was extra meaning to it than just using a pencil. Another item's fallen out of that kit as well. Let me put that in there. This is the little Victorinox card, classic card tool. I don't think that is, I think it's a bit surplus to requirements in that kit, to be fair. I think that might have fallen out of there. Right, the armbar fell out as well, but I think I'm going to keep that out. Oh, that was in there. 1 hour in and no dartboard yet. Right, Gorilla, that's the next job. Let's get on the dartboard. Boosh. And you'll be pleased to know... Oh no, is the camera not working on that? There we go. We're on the dartboard now, Gorilla. I can't promise you my darts are any better. Right, I can't see it. I'll have to look over there for the comments still, though. That's the only problem. But I'll turn that a touch. Right, we haven't even got any foam yet either, Gorilla. So I think Luke won Grand Slam of darts. Yes, that was right, yeah. He's won a few things this year, hasn't he? The Space Pen was invented in the late 60s. Only reason I watch is to make me feel better about my game. Right, here we go then. It's 180 now. Yeah, you ready? Right, it's on me, yeah, it's on me. It's the right way around. I need the announcement on too. I like the vibes of the guy shouting out the score. Scores. 420. $79. Take 79.
28.
28. I've got new darts and they're slightly heavier. No excuse. Oh, there we go. I shouldn't have said nothing. Nearly triple 20.
25. 39.
Spot's going down. Was the dartboard and score expensive? It can be. I got it off Facebook Marketplace, so I paid $200 for it. And thank goodness, because obviously I'm just a hobbyist dart player.
21.
Oh no, it's getting worse. But I think it's maybe 500-600 quid. The Scolia, it's called.
60.
Scolia, S-C-O-L-I-A. Putting a dartboard in your car. Well, you need to be 2.37 meters away from it, so maybe put a dartboard under your boot lid. What is the dartboard set you were using there? Is it a camera or the board that detects? It's 3 cameras. Here you go, let me turn this. So you can kind of see there, you've got like 3 cameras that all point at the board, and then they calibrate, and that's all it is, really simple little system. I say simple, looks simple, probably incredibly complicated how the algorithm works or whatever, but 3 cameras look at the board, and then, why is that doing that now? Hand signals. It's like Star Trek here. You gotta do Star Trek signs to get it to work. Right, so yeah, oh!
66.
Yeah, it calibrates and then it can see what's hitting. I think the heavier darts have helped. Well, they feel all right in the hand. They're, I don't think they're much heavier. 25 grams they are, and I think the other ones were 22. They're very similar looking. But you know, there's so many different types of darts, and I wanted to just give it a different type to just give it a go. Now we know what really happens during those late nights at work. Well, it ain't darts, I tell you, because I'd be better. Oh, we're getting there. I don't mind it when they're all close.
60.
I'll have to challenge you to a game soon, John. Absolutely, Matchy. We're overdue a dart session. I went for the ball, honest. The thing is, I think it's quite a fun game. And I used to have this dartboard. If Jess is watching, can I bring it home? I had this dartboard up in my house. And I didn't have the AI. I only bought the AI thing for the stream. I just thought, there's no way I can be trying to work out the scores and do the stream. And then when this popped up on Facebook, I watched a couple of videos and I thought, oh, my neck, that's incredible. And then it took a bit of setting up, but
42.
now we know what really happened. Yeah, I've read that one. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a winner for the stream, having it set up like this. But, what are we on?
22.
22. But, yeah, when it was at my house, I used to play darts a lot more, and it was really enjoyable to go around the clock and do the doubles and do the different... There's quite a lot of games you can play with darts when you're on your own. If you can find somewhere for it that's not in the kitchen, that was it. I had it in the kitchen. Worst place. Right in everyone's way, under everyone's feet. Throwing them all over. I don't think these heavier darts have helped at all.
No score.
No score. No score. 60. 20. So, 12, I reckon we want. Nope. 17.
No score.
No score. I need to pay attention here. I use the old man's 28s titanium,
No score.
and they are a great feel. I'm just too Yorkshire for the price he paid. Yeah, they can be expensive, can't they? I got these from Argos. Basically, I just got a dartboard for the works break room, and while I was there, I was having a look at the other stuff they had, and then these darts were from Argos. I think they were like 40, 35 maybe they were for titanium darts, and they were heavier. But 28s, that's a big jump up, isn't it? What am I going here for now? 16, double 8. Triple 16, double 8. No, I'm not getting that, am I? What's that now? Single 15, double 20. 10. 5 then.
39.
These darts aren't going anywhere near where I want them to go. I'm going to throw the other ones for a minute. Imagine if these start going exactly where I want them to go. That one's a bit blunt. Right. Luke Littler has his own brand out, may improve your game. A bit of Luke Littler magic rubbing off. I wouldn't mind that. Oh my heck. There you go. Flipping one, double one on the top. There we go, that's the darts. That was, you just mentioned Luke Littler. I go back to the old darts. And boosh. That's darts for you. You know what? I think next stream we can actually play other people online on this darts game. So that could be quite fun. If I go on here, I'll just go back quickly. Leave game, leave board. You can play online games, and it'll find. Okay, that's wrong. A board game. There we go. And then back to lobby. Yeah, and you can play. Leave lobby. Online game. That's the board, and your board's like linked up to everyone else's boards. So they play on their board, and then it's like all AI. If your hand goes within the cameras, it kind of disqualifies you. Like javelins, nearly went through the board and wall. Absolutely, the heavier ones. So you can kind of like put that you're waiting for a game, draw a random opponent. Yeah, we'll do it for a bit of fun. I'll absolutely get him pasted up the wall, but 501, race 2, we'll just get one set, one leg, double outs. Send invite. Oh, we've invited a guy. Fuzzy Jones. Fuzzy Jones, 79. Come on for a game, Fuzzy Jones. Oh, imagine he's like an absolute shark and he's like triple 20s all along. I'll put a load of effort in there. I'll try my best. And I've got my old darts. He's probably thinking, one leg, one set. What are you on about? It's usually like 5 legs. Views are dropping off. Everyone's fed up now. Playing darts at work, legend. Could never play darts, but did have blowpipe dart version. Use that. I'd be better at that, you know, blowpipe. That sounds like a bit of me. While that's waiting, oh, there you go. It says no pending invite, so he's declined that. We'll draw a random opponent. We'll go again. And if it picks it up, we'll switch back. Right, I'm going to send that out. We're going to go back to 50-50. If it accepts, we'll go for it. Right, so back to the toolkit. Where am I up to? It's going to be, I don't know if I'm going to be cutting foam today, but we are getting somewhere with the compact toolkit, and obviously there's going to be a full video on this. So it helps me to know what's going in it. And I've already got all the screwdrivers, got the level, got the knife, that's pretty big. This is a pretty cool little tool that I want to put in this kit. This is was in our, I don't know if you watched our Milwaukee tools you can't get in the UK video. This is the 4-in-1 little compact screwdriver. Kind of the bits rotate and then the whole shaft rotates. So it's a great little thinly declined. I think it's because they don't like one leg, one set. Probably think that's really weird. But yeah, this kind of screwdriver would go with the Weir's. It'd be a nice complement to kind of round out the kit a little bit. What else do we want in here? We've not got an adjustable spanner yet, and there was an adjustable I had in mind. This is the one I wanted to put in the kit. This is a Baco 6-inch. Oh, here we go. Game start. Boosh. Darts. We're on dart. We've got a competition. Throw for the ball, and it's me first. Right. Come on. Poo. 44.9 mil. What's this guy going to get? Come on. Oh, right, I had to click throw switch player. Come on, Hummel. He's thinking 44 mil. Come on, Hummel, throw your dart, man. Oh, I guess you've got to get the dart out for it to go for the next person. Come on, Hummel, what are you playing at? Come on, lad. We're going to go back to the front one while we're waiting for Hummel. Can't be having Hummel. Score correcting. Score correction request. What? He says he's got the bull, this guy. Hummel wants to correct the score. He's gone to a bull. That's well weird. Whatever. I didn't even know you could. I didn't even know you could do request a score. I think this guy's a cheater. Straight out of the gate, we've got a cheater here. Hi mate, I'd like a screwdriver and other hand tool kit to organise in a Kallax unit. In a Kallax unit? I think you need, that's the kind of the tools that you need to build a Kallax unit. Screwdriver and some Allen keys. 18, 20, 20 this guy. Right, come on. Let's have it. No. Oh, that's bad. Oh, flipping swine. At least we're on a live game here. Playing Hummel. It's weird why it's been a bit slow. Finished. Removing darts. Board left. Oh no. I clicked calibrate. Hummel's going to be devastated. He's about to have a good win there. He's going to correct all of his scores. Calibration successful. Right, how do I get back to my game? Online game. Come on. Back to Hummel. Are we back in? Yes, we're back in. Right, and it's me for throwing. Right. Oh, that'll do. Oh, look at that. I can flipping get a triple whammy and then miss. There, it's working properly now. That's better. I'm catching him up, old Hummel. How's it going? Chaddy LFC. It's going all right. We're just getting on the darts at the minute. How are you doing? All right, removing darts. Hummel's on 364. He threw a 5-4-3. We'll have that. That's no good. going on here? That was atrocious, isn't it? Nowhere near where I was supposed to be throwing them. Hummel. 10, 20, 20. He knows the score, this Hummel. One 120. Ugh. I'm keeping up with him roughly. We're getting there with the tools though. All good. That tape with the lights was quality. That tape with the lights. Ah, the tape measure. Yeah, I've got that in the kit, in the compact kit. This one. On that camera. I don't think the beastie tape measure, the big old, the one with the big old headlight on it, that one is not really going to make the compact kit. But it is a little beauty. You haven't seen that, was in our Milwaukee weird tool pickups video from last week. Battery's died on it, but it's got a really beastie LED light on it. My throw. Poor old Hummel. I feel like can't throw them in the same way each time. You're supposed to get like a bit of an arm for it and a rhythm. Keep banging them in at the same thing. Tape with the lights is pretty boss. Had you not seen that before, Dylan? This is the compact version. This is on the giveaway. So if you go to that video, which is the week before last, and then this just literally shines a light on the tape right in front of where you're trying to read. And that's in the giveaway. So you just drop a comment on that video and then you'll be in the draw. And then they had the beastie version. It's mad. LED, it charges with USB-C. Pretty nifty little thing. Hummel's going to be getting annoyed. Glad there ain't no like rage lobby. He's thinking, I waited all that time for a 501 and a 111. Wore that Unilight head torch for an hour today, chiseling out faceplates in a room with no light. Ah, the Unilight, yeah. Oh, good. What we playing? We're just playing 501 against a guy called Hummel. It's the first time we've ever done an online game, and I'm not doing very well, if I'm honest. Hi, mate. I'd like a scrap. I've read that one. The 7.5 meter tape. That is the good. That is the beastie one, but definitely not good enough for the compact toolkit. I've hit one 20 all night. It's an absolute shocker, this. Never mind. At least I won that game. I won the last game. I think I need to get some dart practicing out of hours. At least this guy's scattergunning him a little bit as well. That's a bit better. I don't mind if I'm hitting all 20s. At least the score's going to be going down. He's on and out now, this guy. Triple 20, triple 11, double 14, and he's got an out. Don't show him, it'll disappear. He'll have to enter the giveaway and he'll win one. Dylan's had many opportunities to pilfer tools, and they're all still present and correct. So it's good. I've got trust in him. Where are you planning on going tool shopping next? Where are you planning on tool shopping next? Probably America. I think that's the next big trip that I'm going on pretty soon. Not nailed down that date either, but what are we on here? 267. But I don't think I'm going to get to Europe before I get to the States again. So probably go to like Menards, I reckon. What would you, which is another big store that I didn't make to, maybe Tractor Supply. Got a lot of people commenting from American Menards and Tractor Supply. What would you recommend as your favourite modular toolbox, Jona? Good question. I mean, it's one that I do get asked quite a lot, actually. And I'd probably say, at the minute, although it does change a little bit, the DeWalt Tough system. Because Milwaukee Packout is really good, and it's got a really extensive range, loads of choice, and it's red, you know, all winning feet. You've got lots of features too, lots of accessories. Really expensive. And the DeWalt Tough system typically has some really good deals, like discounts on the drawers. The drawer units, you can pick them up for like 80, 90 quid for the 3-drawer system, and there's loads of space. I really like their drawers. They're the only drawer with a seal on it on the market. And the Tough system has got the DXL box, which I like, and it's compatible with the older T-Stack boxes, and you can get T-Stack boxes for quite cheap as well. So I think when you take everything into consideration, the DeWalt Tough system is one of the best. Not the best, but because it depends what your kind of depends what your application is, what trade you're in, or what matters to you. You know, if you're looking for a budget toolbox, there are better, cheaper options than Tough system even. You know, the Bauer box from B&Q, Bauer Connect system, it's cheaper. They haven't got drawers yet, but I think they will bring drawers out at some point. He's on and out, this geezer. Hummel, 88, come on lad. Ah, there we go. He's got it. Happy days, he won the game. Well, I'm kind of pleased, to be honest. I need to, before, what do we say to this guy? Can I comment to him or anything? No. I can't say well done. Nah. Right, well that was that. That start's done for me. Shut them back in the ball. Look at that, triple 20, triple 20, triple 20. Right, let's go front. Is that the front one? Yeah, there we go. Right, so back to my toolkit. I go 50-50. Right, so other items that we have mentioned about putting a tape measure. What other items do we need in a toolkit? So we've got level, screwdriver set. Pliers are covered by these two. Got the hammer, got the Allen keys. Got the knife, got the torch. I got everything out that was of interest or potential, so it could kind of help inspire the next couple of choices. Kind of looking around thinking what else we might want. There's loads of other really good options that I think would help round out the kit. One of them is here. This is the Klein nut spinner kind of little set. I don't know if you saw that in the Klein video. It's basically a full set of nut drivers, and they just slide off. So that's a 40mm and a 30mm 1/4" socket drive, and a 10mm and a 12mm, and then a 7 and an 8, and they all fit on this one little item here. So in terms of a compact kit, that is 6 really common metric nuts sockets that take up one slot in the kit. So then you have to think, well, what does that go with? What's going to be the 1/4" driver? What's going to be driving that? So that kit is going in here, but it needs something to drive. So like this is an option. This is a 1/4" Klein little kind of reversible socket. That, to be fair, I really like that, and it is Klein as well, so you kind of naturally go together. There are a couple of other options. These are like little 1/4" drivers too. This is one by Sabre. It's a tiny little thing, hardly takes up any room, but it's a 1/4" driver that kind of fully flexes, and it can also turn into a T, like a T handle. I think it slots all the way through, but I think you have to put it in a special way for it to get, there you go. So you have to twist it, and then you can turn it into like a T handle kind of 1/4" driver and a bit driver. But again, I think that's for the super compact. I actually had that. I had that in one of these Maxpedition pouches, but not sure. I think definitely that, and then I'm leaning towards that. Also, this is another item we picked up from America. This is a 4-way engineer's file, so it's 4 engineering files in one piece of metal, which in a compact kit can level it up. It's the kind of an item, unless you don't really know you need it until you need it. If you need to file down like terminals on something, you need something like that, and this is only really, really small. Less chat, more darts, or you're never going to finish jokes. Man, Fat, you're right. I'm glad that other guy won. That's brilliant, thank you. On the toolbox, yeah, so it's horses for courses. I love that expression, because each kind of toolbox has got its own strengths, and it just depends what strengths you're looking for, what's the priority to you. So, but as an all-rounder, I think DeWalt Tough System is a good one. So we've got that, we've got the little level. I mean, the little level seems a little bit unnecessary because I've got this big one, but those two, the engineer's file, we're getting there now with some sort of like layout. So there's all of those. I don't want the pipe cutter. Yeah, the pipe cutter's not going in it. Neither are the electrical scissors from the Milwaukee video. Electrician scissors are a bit of a new one on me. Never understood the need for them. Picked up a pair in that last video. Still not sold on electrician scissors. Got drawers full of stuff. They can go there. So we don't need the electrician scissors. This is a great tool. Bit too big for the compact toolkit though, but this is the Skill electric screwdriver. Picked this from Germany, but it's got an electrical, like a volt stick built in. So this is an electrical screwdriver with that built into it. So when you're holding it up against a wall, it'll flash if it's seeing power. So I really like that because it can kind of replace that item, take up the same space. But to be fair, in a compact toolkit, do you need an electric screwdriver? That's the bigger question really. This would be great for your Kallax toolkit. If you're putting together a lot of IKEA furniture, that is a real time saver and an annoyance saver, if I'm honest. But I don't think that's going in this compact kit. The fluke stick is. We're not going to have that either. That's a pickup from, I think this was from Australia, the Steelman. This is like a trigger operated spanner. StackTech still hasn't made it to the UK. It has actually. It's now on UK shores. You go to a website called toolmonkey.co.uk and they're shipped from Northern Ireland, but you can get them now. They're a bit pricey, but they are available and they're actually going to be having shadow foam inserts on their website with the boxes too. So that's pretty cool. Flex is US have released a rolling full draw. Yeah, you know what? They're not the only one. I'll show you something quite exciting. You'll have to bear with me a second. It's going to send the AI nuts. But you can still hear me, hopefully. They're not the only one with a rolling drawer box, because we are talking with Kubrick. We're doing a video on Kubrick, and if you've not heard of them, they are a toolbox brand, and they make the Trend, they're the makers, the manufacturers, of the Trend boxes and the Ox tool trek boxes. And they are releasing this box imminently, if not already. Have I broke the AI? Right, I've got to go back, get my face back in the camera. Here I am, follow me. That AI camera is a bit nuts. But here you go. This is the Kubrick rolling toolbox. See, it's got wheels on it and it rolls. And it's all drawers. This just arrived from Poland today. Along with a few other sample boxes that aren't quite ready, but no compromise in space. 2 drawers, bottom box. Dylan says the Trend boxes are great for the price. Well, this is the people who make the Trend box. And the red one is 25% stronger. It's a polypropylene plastic. It's much tougher. So it's not just red as a different colorway. It's actually a much sturdier plastic. So you can take, they hit this with like a sledgehammer and all kinds of stuff, and it really is solid. So I'm a big fan of the Kubrick boxes, and they do offer something new to the market, which is why I was quite happy to talk to them and do a video on their stuff. We're just waiting for the last few to arrive. Electrician scissors tend to be for the data wiring, RJ45 and coaxial, and a lot use them for the labels they make up for consumer units. Yeah, I can see that, to be fair, for the labels and stuff. Matchy, my brother-in-law, is in the chat, and he's a data engineer, and I'll get his take on electrician scissors. If you're there, Matchy, do you ever use electrician scissors? Because I just picked up a pair from Milwaukee, and I've never really used them, never been that bothered on them. But I just have a normal set of scissors in my toolkit, and they're just cheap as chips, aren't they? Or like titanium scissors are like still only like a tenner, but not a big one for me. What else is going in this kit? So got the Wera screwdrivers. Not going to have the tool check. I don't think it'd be bad to have that little, this is a little adjustable that I got from a, I think it was from a car boot or from like a vintage tool seller. This was made in the USA by SK Wayne. I love stuff like that. I might have got that from America, to be fair. Little 4-inch adjustable, like old as the hills, made in the US. So that's pretty cool. Don't take Matchy's option. He uses DeWalt. DeWalt power tools also really good. They've got some great stuff, DeWalt. I love their multi-tool, best multi-tool, in my opinion, on the market. Most easy one to use. Milwaukee stink it up really with their multi-tool. No, not really. I've got Milwaukee multi-tool as well, and that's good. Right, so we're putting in the 6-inch adjustable. If you've not seen that one, this is a backhoe adjustable and it's reversible jaw, so it's like a Stilson and a spanner. So that's going in. I might leave out the little 4-inch one. Just trying to boil it down a little bit now, get to the end of what's going in the kit. Because there's still other options, honestly. I've got like the little Milwaukee ink saw with the stylus grip. I feel like I did want that in the kit. I kind of like this as well, because we're having the 1/4-inch bit set. This is the, everyone's seen these little multi-pin things from Temu, these cheap ones. Well, this is the inventors of it, the company called Endeavour, and this is called the Gator Grip. This is actually made in the US. These are the people who invented it. And this is like a really good one, which I got in our US video. So that's going in the kit. And I think we're getting there now. None of that's going in. That's everything that's going in. Obviously, I've still got to fit it all in. That can all go to one side. The Maxpedition pouch is already done. Don't want a Leatherman in it. Got some other cool when I do the, I'm quite keen to do the emergency kit as well, because that's got some more quirky tools in it. That's got like the lockpick set in it and some of the Leathermans and stuff like that. And then like this is a set I love. This is from when I was working on machines. This is like a full set of machine keys. Most machines, even forklifts, even literally industrial diggers and stuff, they all have the same sort of machine keys. So when you're working on machinery a lot, you end up having a set of machine keys. And if you're putting together a kit as an engineer, as a guy who's solving problems, having a row of machine keys like that is like really, really valuable, really useful. So that's the kind of thing that would go in like an emergency engineering kit or like a call out kit or something. Kind of things that, you know, you put together and boil it down into over years. Seen it on the tool show at the weekend. So that was the Kubrick. Yeah, Kubrick are doing all the tool shows, aren't they? Tend to use the Work Pro electrician scissors in my EDC as a beefier pair of scissors. It's good to hear another person talking about their EDC. I love it. The Fuel multi-tool is amazing. The only thing better is a Fiend. Right, is that everything that's going in the kit? Let me do a quick roundup check, because I feel like I've missed stuff. I've got my back to camera, that's never good. So there's nothing in that kit. That is one thing I really wanted in there. It's one of these, a multi-key. You've got to have a panel key in a good toolkit. Especially as an electrician, you can't really go anywhere without a panel key. I'll try and squeeze that one in, but it is a bit of a bulky item. I did get a smaller one, but it was from Germany. I don't know where it went. It's like a little compact German thing. It was like a little folding one. It'll turn up somewhere. It'll be in one of these drawers. Not even started cutting foam yet, but this is the nature of the beast when it comes to putting a tool kit together. You know, you want to spend extra time getting it right, because then when you're out on the road, you've solving as many problems as possible. You've kind of it's as useful as it can possibly be. Right, there's nothing in that. There's nothing in that. We've looked at this. This was an honourable mention I could have included. This is the Klein magnetic pickup tool and torch. So it's a torch. It also has this magnetic, like flexible ended kind of pickup. It's just a little bit too bulky really for a compact tool kit, but great for like a tool bag. In Dylan's car, that's it. It's going to be the next thing, emptying Dylan's car out and seeing what's seeing what's in there that I need. Yeah, and then also I put this Armeg kit out as well, because there were a couple of things I wanted to put in this toolkit from Armeg. But I think what I'll do is I'll attach these to the handle. So if you've not seen these before, you've got like little 1/4" bit releases on a carabiner, and you've got like a 6mm drill bit, and then the ones that you need, rather than having a whole ruck of drill bits, you just have the ones you need on a little carabiner, so I can hook that on the outside of the case. So that's going in there as well. And I think that pretty much wraps up what's going in the kit. I do feel like I am missing some stuff, because I do want more stuff, basically. I want more, I want more tools. That'll start it off though. So let me cut some foam, because otherwise I'll never get this kit put together. And the thing is that there are other kits to make. So when you're cutting foam, all you need is a cutting kit. And this is the old packaging. We've actually got brand new packaging for the cutting kit, which is about here somewhere. So I'll see if I can see it to give you a sneak peek on the new packaging. Is it local? That is the problem. There's a lot of stuff around here, and we were filming with it today, but I think it's gone walkies. Stay with me. I'll get you the new packaging. Here we go. We've gone from a horizontal packet to a, yeah, still follow me, that's good. We've gone from a horizontal packet to a vertical packet. So that's the new packaging. Pretty nice. We've got the new packaging for the Pro cutting kit too. So all you need is one of these. These come free with most orders at shadowfoam.com. And that's all I use to cut the foam. So first things first, you've got to have your anti-cut glove on, scalpel, and some blades. I feel like I'm missing some stuff from this kit, but maybe not. Maybe I'm not. That was an item that I picked up for the kit, actually. I'll see if I can't fit this little 3-meter tape in. I'll put this little tiny babby 2-meter tape in, because usually you don't need a long tape. And he's gone. Where are the black tool chests on the left and right from? And do you have links for those? Matt can put the links in. Basically, they are Sealy 9-drawer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 9-drawer Sealy Superline Toolbox. Search that on Google, it'll come up, and I think they're about 700 quid each. And in the top of these, if it follows me, yeah, we have a charging station, and then these were taken to our exhibition, so we had a video playing, that's a TV mounted on the back of the box. We had a video demonstrating the foam on there, and each of these drawers are organised in a different colour of shadow foam. I think something we're going to have to do is a toolbox tour at some point. There's a lot of drawers to show. But now it's time to cut some foam, so let's make sure this camera is pointing at the right spot. And yeah, we're nearly 2 hours in, and I'm cutting some foam. But that's because there's not much foam to cut today. There's literally these 2 pieces, and then we're filling out this cantilever box. So one thing to note is that the level probably has to go in the top. So I'll do the top first. It's a big item, to be fair, and a big commitment to have that in the top. Do we end up with much room over the lid? Not really, yeah. So I have to have, sometimes you can cut big items underneath big items like that. There you go, Matt's in the comments with the tool. So we'll start on this. So there's not much lip on there, so I can have that right hard up to the edge. And all I'm doing is cutting around it with a scalpel, with a blade in, just capturing the silhouette. And then I can take the item out of the way and then go back and just basically cut a lot deeper. I'm going to be impressed if I fit all this stuff in, but I'm going to have to do some stacking on the bottom layer, I reckon, to make sure I get it all in there. Love those, thanks Matt. They are a nice toolbox. It's like a matte black stippled effect. It's quite a nice looking toolbox, and it's pretty sturdy as well. And obviously having the hutch in the top, it's quite nice. It's got a power, it comes with a power strip, so it's literally got like an extension lead basically that mounts on the side inside the lid. Ooh. I feel this one's fighting me a little bit. I might have to get the spinner. just because I'm trying to cut like 20mm deep into a 30mm layer, which can be a little bit tricky. Will it fit stood up the level? You made a good point there. The thing is, if I do that, it'd have to go in the bottom, and I'm a bit concerned about getting in and out of the bottom. You know what that is? That is such a good point, G's Workshop. You're making me question my speedily put together layout. I like the tools I've got to going in this kit, but I have got some extra foam on the side, so I can always redo. If I'm not happy with this top layout, I'm gonna do what you've suggested there, and switch it up on the top layer. I'm not getting my words out tonight. It's been a long day, I'll be honest. Big day today, lots going on, so it's a good thing. New packaging looks good. Yeah, we're happy with it. I think we're going from the gloss. I always liked this design, to be fair. I was always quite happy with the classic one, but essentially, in order to sell it in a shop, it has to hang vertically. It's better to hang like that, and also we've gone from having the picture of the items to a picture of what you're actually doing, cutting, and also we've got a lot more information on the back now. So we've kind of added some how-to information on there and a better list. So it's improved in lots of different areas, and it's a matte packaging as well, rather than this glossy one. So it's all about moving forwards, and all of our packaging will then match as well. So it's quite an involved process redoing packaging. It's full on, making sure you've got all of the different requirements on it for different countries and different considerations. You don't want to go and get loads of packaging printed and then not be right. And then they're always moving the goalposts. Right now we're just having all new regulations for product safety guidelines in Europe, so that's more considerations. But obviously it's all important stuff. You've got to make sure you're meeting those requirements, else they'll cause you some aggro. So that's me level in the kit. And to be fair, you know, it does look pretty cool on the lid, and obviously you can see what it is. It's just whether or not we can fit much else in here. So the hammer has to go in the base layer. Can I fit both of these in here? That is what we settled on, wasn't it? So I'm thinking hammer in the base. Can you see this? No, let me make sure I've got it in the shop. Did you say it comes free with certain packs you sell, or have I had a long day too? It comes free with every order over £60, and depending on what you're buying, well, essentially any order over £60 will come with a free kit. That's if you buy inserts and custom sizes and medium sheets, or you can get one of our starter kits, and that comes with it. That's 44, and that comes with a load of foam plus the cutting kit plus a Zolstock, which is one of our shadow foam folding rulers. So quite a lot of the bundles will come with shadow foam, basically, with a cutting kit. So yeah, we're going to go for the level there. I think all this is going to fit in. It looks like a lot of items because of all these screwdriver heads, but I'll double stack these and triple stack these to make them take up a lot less room. QR code is a good addition to the packaging. Yeah, so you can see that on the front there, there's a QR code. And if you scan that, it takes you to a how-to video, which the more people watch the videos, the better, because it's a lot easier process to explain on a video than it is on cutting instructions. So that's a nice improvement. There's improvements on every side, to be fair. And it's a better size. The boxes themselves are easy to make up and a bit of an easier process for putting the kits together. Right then, knife. I think the knife will go sideways. The problem is I don't have a huge amount of depth on the lid, so I can't really, I think I need to go with shallower items. Like the torch in the lid would be good, because that doesn't go as deep. I like the grips there, I like the spanner there. Something can go underneath the spanner. Maybe the little 2-meter tape. I want to lose that chain as well. That's on there, good style. I might switch that out. I've got another 2-meter tape over here. It's going to follow me now and break the camera again. It's lost me. I do have a 2 metre tape somewhere with, is it there? No. Oh, I'll tell you what, there's stuff everywhere. Too much tools. I think we'll have to, oh, there it is. That's it, a 2 metre tape without the chain on it. Which is what we want. Oh, great box, Kelly's happy. I'm glad you're happy with the new boxes, that is good news. You were part of the reason why we wanted to change the packaging. I felt, you know, I think these kits weren't the worst ones we've had, but they weren't the best. And I certainly empathise for you putting the kits together. Kelly does a bunch of the kit making. Are you running out of tools to put into shadow foam? I'm not running out of tools. Too many tools, not enough time. And also I don't like just putting them in any order. I like to kind of like have them in groups or kit forms. Obviously this whole box behind me here is entirely filled with tools. This one not so much so. This one on this side is pretty much all consumables. We are getting somewhere now though. We've even started cutting foam, so now we know we're cooking with gas. Right, so we're having that in here, we're having that in here. I feel like these bulky things could go down there, we could fit more in the lid. I think that is the play. It's nicer to be able to just lay your hand straight on a knife. And even the screwdrivers really, they're better in the lid, aren't they? For me, this is what getting all the tools and collecting all the tools is about though. Eventually having enough to put together the ultimate kit, or a really good kit that can actually be a reference material. When we put this together as a single video on the channel, I think it'll be a really good reference for anyone who's trying to do the same and put together an ultimate, you know, best of compact tools, trying to boil down a really good toolkit, because there's not many people doing that, I don't think. I've seen a couple of channels who've tried. One of the channels I like, I can't remember his name, he's got a bald head and glasses, and he always sits at a table talking about tools. Lovely chap from England somewhere, and I've had some good recommendations from him, but I don't know what his trade is, but he's very much more EDC angle, and he's like an officey type. I don't know what, but I remember him referring to it. I remember thinking it's not really, it's EDC and it's handy, but they're all brand new tools and they've been used, and he's talking very much about emergency preparedness and not actually using the things regularly. And I think if you're gonna have that much money invested in some cool tools, you don't really just want them sat there purely for an emergency. It seems a little bit like a waste. You kind of want them in regular use to a degree, but at the same time, having it in the back of your mind that you've got a toolkit in the car that you can use for work, but it's also the kit you'd take with you if you went camping. He does great vids, that chap. Yeah, so, you know, find out what, can you just double check what his name is? You probably can't search bald head and glasses, but that's the thing that sticks out in my mind. But yeah, I like his videos. He's definitely got a lot of knowledge, and he finds some great products. There's no doubt about it. But he's definitely got a slightly different angle in the fact that he's not actually ever using any of them, and he doesn't really, he says, oh, that's great quality and stuff, which is kind of what I say if I've never had to been it. John Gadget, yes. John, a fellow John. So John Gadget, he's got some great videos, and he does lots of EDC and tool matchups, but he's never using anything. And he's not talking about having them as being regularly used, he's just talking about having them on hand for if there's an emergency or if there's something going on. And I like the idea of having a toolkit which is, you've got money, tools they just cost money, they add up over time. The more good tools you're buying, you have some serious investment. You know, just on this table, some of these tools, they get really expensive. You know, we talk about something like that and go, it's fantastic, brilliant, but it's like 60 quid. You can't really afford to have that just sat in a kit for an emergency. You know, if you're buying that as an electrician, you want that in your kit to use, don't you? But if you are just disappearing out the house and you want a kit. Anyone else seen snow outside? Oh no. That is not a good sign. I'm not a big fan of it snowing. Can't leg it to the door either, me. I'm a bit stuck in here with organising my tools, but if it's snowing where you are, Matt, in Liverpool, it must be snowing pretty close to me. That is all of the tips of the screwdrivers organised. And that's how much less space is that taking up now? That's all of the 12 screwdriver shafts organised in one little slot. I wouldn't cut them in individually. It'd take up too much room. That's pretty good. And then I've got a little slither of space here. Kind of feels like it could be for the screwdriver heads. Or maybe that torch feels like it fits there nicer. Yeah, that feels pretty good. No, just rain in the Midlands. Yeah, flowing down near me. Let me look. No, it's pitch black out there. In Denmark. Gerichte. We don't get a lot of snow in Cheshire. We're in like a bit of a low snow zone between the sea and the Peak District. A lot of industry set up around these parts for that reason, that it was low impact from the snow. There's like a triangle of area between the kind of like the coast and the peaks, and that you just never really see much never see much snow, or you don't get deep snow. Great movie, by the way. Love how the camera moves with motion. Some people hate it. I think we've got it on slow move. When I first used it, everyone was saying it was making them seasick, and I think it was moving a bit too quick. But so I wasn't using the AI because I didn't want to upset anyone or annoy anyone or make anyone seasick. But I think we might have hit the happy medium now, which is good. I need to lose one of these. I've actually got one too many screwdriver heads. I think that one can go. There's 4 torque sizes, and I'm hesitant to lose any of them because sod's law would be the one you needed next time I'm in need of a Torx. In reality, I won't really use any of them. I don't want to get rid of them. I'll just lose one of the. I'll lose one of the big chunky flatheads because there's 2 in the kit and they're basically the same. Can never have too many terminal drivers. There we go. I think that's me done with that. Check the ring. Decent coating in Halifax. Doesn't bear well for travelling home. Clear up Scotland, west coast though. No. What's the temperature in the unit? Fair to middling? Don't really know. Right. Feels pretty all right in here. I usually feel the cold, but for some reason I don't feel it when I'm stood here cutting foam. Can't wait to use some shadow foams in the future. Happy days. Sounds good, Elliot. Make yourself a compact kit, maybe the ultimate kind of way of organising all your tools for on the go. Right, so we're getting somewhere now. I've got all the screwdriver shafts, got the torch, the thing. Oh, I've got another screwdriver there. That's them. That one's going to go back in this thing. I like the way they carried the story on, but totally different. I don't know what movie you're referencing there, Pitch Black. Matty is the big movie guy, and I like movies, but I can hardly remember them, what I've watched. You'd have to tell me half the story before it clocks on. Like, what are you talking about? I'm always like, Matt, my cameraman, like I say, and video manager, no snow in Hull. He said, Jess says, had a little earlier. Nothing much now. That's good. I'm glad to hear there's no snow now. But Matt's seen every movie there is, ever. And most of them in the cinema. He's like in the cinema every week. Every weekend for like 4 or 5 movies. He'll be pleased getting another shout out, especially for the cinema references. It was all about the MBE last week, wasn't it, Matt? So you've moved up, talking about the cinema. So that, this is all we could do with an overhead here now to see the to see the magic that is the layout. Trying to get the layout right. So I've got a few items cut in which I'm happy with. Torch, screwdriver shafts. I think they're quite nice there. That's the Allen key set. Get the level in maybe. I want to get the knife in. Also want to get the tape measure in. Maybe that's good for the tape measure and the level. 2 levels does feel like a lot. I might lose that one, but we'll see if we can squeeze it in the layout. I definitely want the screwdriver shafts in here. Handles. I feel like I can push for space now though. What else have we got? I've got to get the little, that can go in here. Gonna be a real squeeze getting all this in. I think I'll need to cut the hammer in because the hammer's kind of like a defining object. I can build things around it. Yeah, I think those 3 go like that. I'm going to cut those in and then see how the land lies. You've got to fit the wearer screwdriver handle in that top kit somewhere. Absolutely, they have got to go in there. Doesn't make sense otherwise. Everything else can I can work it in somewhere else. Hammer's got to be in here. Hammer, I feel like a compact hammer is one of the trickiest items to find for a compact tool kit because there are a lot of really bad compact hammers where they shorten the shaft and it's like a really short claw hammer, and I'm not a fan of those at all. I feel like they are like, you're like, oh, let's make this hammer compact, cut it in half, and you lose a lot of the reason why you have a long shaft on a hammer is so you've got that leverage, or you've got that kind of, you know, the weight's in the swing, you know. As soon as you cut the handle in half, what's the point? You may as well have a stone. You've got to fit the weight, yeah. If I'm ever bored, it's either Riddick movie or June on Audible. You need to go Japan and get some tools. Japan would be amazing. I do want to go to Japan, but I've got to justify it with maybe a visit to supply a Japanese hardware store as well as just go tool shopping. What are your favourite movies? That is the best chat we could have. I love talking movies. I might take some reminding of certain ones, but we have this chat a lot, me and Matt. I've got quite a few favourites, but while I'm waiting for your comments to come through, one of my favourites is Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, where he's what's his name? Frank Abagnale, and he's like a scammer, isn't he? And he's a fraudster, whatever, fraudulent checks. That's a quality movie. Shinto Files. If I don't know it, Matt will comment, because I don't know Shinto Files. What's the weather like there? We've got snow in North Wales. I believe it was snowing a little bit here earlier, but as of now it's stopped. But up in Liverpool it's still snowing where Matt is. I watched Forrest Gump on Saturday, classic movie. That is an amazing movie, Forrest Gump. Jumped up a bit, me. Trying to think of Forrest Gump references. Jenny. Can't beat Shawshank Redemption, absolutely not. Shawshank Redemption, another absolutely amazing film. Incredible Shawshank Redemption. There are certain movies that I'll watch over and over again, and Shawshank Redemption, literally, if it's on TV, I will sit and watch it, no matter, even how recently I've watched it, I'll still sit and watch it. It's like Braveheart, if Braveheart's on, or Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner, like absolute childhood favourite movie. The First Night is kind of in that category for me, with Sean Connery. Just like a favourite from when I was a kid. If it's on, I would always watch it. Gladiator. What have we got? Lord of the Rings? Yeah, I love Lord of the Rings. Really, really good. Like, not many trilogies out there nail it on every episode. One on Kelly. I don't know what One on Kelly means. The Big Short is a great movie. Yeah, I think I've seen that. The Big Short. I'd have to be reminded of the thing. I believe Shinto Files, he's referring to the Tool, Jona. Oh, Shinto Files. Maybe. It sounds like a movie, doesn't it? Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Don't think I've seen that one, Men in Tights. If any of the Rocky movies are on ITV, you're always watching Matt, do you? I suppose the first Rocky one, I'd watch again if it was on. Tom Hanks, yeah, in Catch Me If You Can. Just a great movie, great story. I love it when the whole idea that it's true as well. Like when it's an amazing story, that's great. But when it's a true amazing story, it's even better, isn't it? In my opinion. Monty Python Holy Grail, I used to know every line. Quality. I love all the Monty Python movies. Tell them we already got one. They've already got one. No, all of the Monty Pythons are just well ahead of their time, aren't they? People's Front of Judea. No, we're the Judean People's Front. "'Tis but a scratch. It's a flesh wound." Hopefully, no really, really small print on the box. Don't think so, on the packaging box. It's all as big as it can be, pretty much. You didn't take a photo. Oh, it's because I've not really nailed down the layout, to be honest, Gorilla. I'm kind of, I'm finding my way with it. Because I'm trying to maximize, I'm trying to fit as much as possible. There's not really a layout there. The Fugitive. Again, I know that, like, that's a title that I know immediately, The Fugitive, but I couldn't tell you who was in it or what the story was. Untouchables. Again, that's another one. Like, I definitely know that title, and I reckon if it was on Netflix and I saw it, I'd probably immediately start connecting the dots of what that movie's about and who's in it, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Mark Petch says a hidden gem. Greyhound. Yeah, oh, Greyhound was amazing, yeah. That's, again, I've forgotten the story. Greyhound's the one about the submarine, isn't it? Tom Hanks, submarine, and a really difficult decision he has to make, doesn't he? He's like, yeah, he's a submarine hunter, isn't he, Greyhound? Yeah, it's fantastic. That is such a good movie, Greyhound. It's like that other one he did, Tom Hanks, where it's the famous meme of the guy going, "I'm the captain now." But I can't remember what the movie was. Johnny, you'd enjoy Untouchables with Kevin Costner. Oh, Kevin Costner, absolute legend. When I was growing up, I loved Robin Hood and not the Merry Men, Prince of Thieves. And then anything with Kevin Costner in, for me, any movie after watching that one, Kevin Costner was always Robin Hood. So I watched Waterworld, and to me it was it was Robin Hood on a raft in a flooded world. Just as a kid, you know, when you're watching it, and it was a great. Not a lot of people like Waterworld. I always loved it because it was just like, oh look, Robin Hood's a pirate, you know. And then I also loved The Postman for the same reason, because it was like, oh look, now Robin Hood's in an apocalyptic world where he found an old mail van and he turns into the postman. And, you know, I loved it. I can't remember what other movies Kevin Costner was in, but if you tell me, I'll tell you, I was probably Robin Hood in those and all. Harrison Ford in The Fugitive. I'll have a look later, because I'm always looking for movies to watch. Can the file go under the hammer shaft? I definitely will be putting something under there. It could be the file, but the file's so small, it might be something a bit bulkier like this maybe, but I'll see. I'm going to cut these big items and see what Just watch The Town, all about Boston bank robbers. Not heard of that one, but if it's a Ben Affleck movie, it's probably good, because he's good. One of the movies I like from Ben Affleck is that one where he's Argo, where they're trying to evacuate people out of a country, and they pretend to be a cast in a movie called Argo to evacuate them all. I think that's Ben Affleck, and that was quality. Really, really good, and that's a true story. It might have been out of Iraq. We need to catch up on a few. Hunt for Red October. That's definitely submarine hunting movie, isn't it? What's your thoughts on the new Wolverine film, Matt? That is a question for Matt, because he goes to cinema. He'll have seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Gladiator 2 either. Gladiator 2 is just come out in the movies, and it's like, if I said what movie did I want to see, it'd be Gladiator 2. But from the trailer, I don't know if I want to see it. I just feel like roll on the floor laughing Robin Hood on a raft. You kind of feel, thing is, it's like, they call it typecasting, don't they, or whatever, when it's like, you know, that famous actors who play famous roles, like Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter or whatever he's in, for a lot of people, it's the same character. So, and as a youngster watching Robin Hood, he was Robin Hood. I didn't know who Kevin Costner was. I remember for a long time, that song in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves by Bryan Adams. Don't know what it's called, but you know the one. It's the romantic one. It's I don't know what the name of the song is, but I thought Kevin Costner sang it. I just thought it was Kevin Costner singing that song in Robin Hood. It's Bryan Adams. I'm thinking, he's Bryan Adams. The Accountant, Ben Affleck, that's an amazing one, yeah. Jona, I agree. Trailer for Gladiator looks very lame, but reviews have been strong. Well, there you go. Yeah, Gladiator 2. It feels like the thing with Gladiator is it's the story is just incredible, isn't it? The Gladiator story is amazing, and then that is told in a really amazing way. Whereas look at Gladiator 2, and it just looks like, it's a bit like an action-packed movie, and it's like, can the story be that good when they're just trying to be like, oh, lions, and this thing, and then that thing, and then this thing's jumping out, and you just think, oh, they over-egged the pudding a little bit. You watched the Yellowstone series? No, but my brother in Australia has, and he's mentioned it a couple of times to me, so I do want to watch that. I love cowboy movies. Absolutely love them. Matt says Argo is an awesome film and a game based on a true story, directed and starred Ben Affleck, yeah. Near Africa or European Holy Grail. I'm just catching up on a few comments. Love Deadpool, but found the two together were hard work. I'm not a big fan of Deadpool. I think maybe I like it. I just felt a bit unnecessary, really. Can you show the different layers in the foam, how you get the correct depth? Question about foam, yeah. So essentially, like, I've just peeled out this pair of pliers, and I've kind of peeled out 2 layers. I don't know if you can see the seam there, but I did that in one passing. So I basically just cut around the tool. This is the pair of pliers, and then I push my finger down as far as I can, and then try and hook it around. I know for that I want to peel out a good chunk of foam, and then I peeled out basically as much as I can comfortably peel out. And if I wanted to go back and make it a bit deeper, so I'm actually quite happy with that, but if I wanted to go back again, I just push my finger in and peel out another layer. So you kind of peel in above or below a seam line. Hacksaw Ridge is my favourite true story film. Yeah, it's incredible to know that that's a true story. It just doesn't sound like it could be real. Like the stamina of that, I mean, Andrew Garfield is something else, isn't he? But the stamina of the actual guy to just go up and down that cliff, no, he wasn't going up and down the cliff, was he? He was lowering him down. But he was like back and two, getting all the injured people. Awesome. A long time ago I watched that. Any more foam questions? Foam work talk? Yeah, no, we're out of hours now. And I'm getting there with this kit. I feel like I've got so many tools on the table, I'm hard to remember what's going in here now. So I might try and put the Allen keys in the lower section, because I think that'll free me up a bit of room in the top. Yeah, and they can go there. They're the only place they fit, really, so I'm going to cut those straight in. Watch Yellowstone. The Green Book was amazing. Never seen Green Book. The Green Book. I've seen The Green Mile. Which is I don't think Green Mile's a movie I'd watch a lot, but I've seen it and I did enjoy it. The Green Book was legendary. Sounds like I'm gonna have to watch The Green Book. Maybe I don't think I've seen it. I think that title would stick in my mind. Might watch that later after we finish here. What's the best film anyone in the chat has seen this year so far? This year. You're not asking me, Matt. I watched that movie. Oh, what was that movie, Matt? I kept going on about how good it was. Night watch. Oh, right, I read that one. What's the minimum space between tools? What is the skinniest you can make the walls between tools? It depends. When you're having tools up against each other, like hard up against each other on a long stretch, you don't really want to go closer than like 8 mil. But if you're just kind of creeping like on a, see like that point there, that corner as it comes in, you can have that a bit closer. But on a long, if you're putting spanners next to each other, you do need about 8 mil. But you can get closer if they're just getting, you know, close in one point, basically. Getting somewhere now. Don't get that a lot in York due to the Vale all around, but not in the city. John is referring to Civil War, I believe. No, I don't think it was Civil War. Did I like Civil War? Me and you watched Civil War together, didn't we, Matt? Can't remember. I think it was good. I think it was quite an accurate depiction of what it would be like if there was like a civil war in America. It was a bit more realistic than like some of these post-apocalyptic movies. Right, where are we up to now? So got the Allen keys, got a lot of the bulky items in now, to be fair. So I've got to get the 2 Wearer screwdrivers, which have to go sideways, which is a shame, but I'll have to do them like that. Maybe something like that looks quite cool. And then we've got the 2-meter tape, the stabila, the volt stick. The volt stick could go sideways, to be fair. Maybe try and fit that in there. There's a lot of stuff, but I do want to get it all in, to be fair. I don't want to miss anything out. And then I've got the 6-inch adjustable. That could go on its side, because that's, again, it's something nice to have, but it's not necessarily used a lot. It's on Netflix, The Green Book. The Green Book is about the discrimination of a black musician in the south of USA. Sounds fantastic. Sounds good. I just watched a movie called Hidden Figures about black discrimination in NASA, and that was with Kevin Costner. I didn't see him as Robin Hood in that, though, to be fair. He was he's moved on in years, and obviously I've moved on in years as well, so he's no longer Robin Hood. But that was fantastic, Hidden Figures. I saw a clip on Instagram Shorts of Kevin Costner like tearing down this toilet sign that said like for colours. It was like just a short clip of the movie, and I was like, wow, that's amazing acting. That was really, really good. And then me and the missus watched it on Netflix. Fantastic. Again, true story, and just really, really, really amazing. Like, they had like a whole lab of, you know, calculators, but it was all like ladies doing all the physical calculations for all of the projections and stuff. Just a really amazing insight to how it used to be before computers. It's tricky, it feels like, on Netflix, trying to find something decent to watch. It feels like there's a lot of dross and just a lot of, you know, just poor movies. I was watching one the other day. I can't remember what it was about. It was about this world where, like, when you're 30, you get made perfect. You're born, and then you're in this like college, and then at about 30, you get taken to this place where you get plastic surgery and you get made perfect. And oh, it was the biggest load of dross I've ever seen. I turned it off after about halfway through, I reckon. I was just getting fed up of it. I was like, this is the most ridiculous, like, poor. It felt like it was badly done. And the acting of it and the story, and sometimes it moved a bit fast. And you're like, well, yeah, you know. Someone will tell me what, the Uglies, yeah, the Uglies, it's called the Uglies. It's the whole concept was just mean as well. Just like these just imagining like doing like this, you know, the casting for it, and they're like, right, call this movie Uglies. You're in, you're in, you're in. And then they're like, oh, are we in the bit after I'm 30 or before I'm 30? Oh no, you're in the bit before you're 30. Oh, great, that's charming, that is. Fantastic. First movie, just got me big break, and you're in a movie called Sodding Uglies, and you're in the Ugly Gang. You know, you'd be devastated. That's probably why they couldn't give it all their, they couldn't give it all of the big acting ability. They were just like fed up. Right, I think we're not far. I'm just trying to figure out now the last few items. So that might have to go under there. got to get that in, which is quite a big item. Sandy says, thank you to TBR, the Green Book on Netflix. Yeah, I understand. I never understood a 2 meter tape measure. Would so love an 8 foot or 3 meter one, but in a tiny size. Do you know any company that do them? We have, where is it? We have a 5 meter super compact tape, not 3 meter. This is a 5 meter super compact. So, I mean, 5 meters is a heck of a tape. That's a lot of tape measure. You can measure a lot of stuff. Like that's a 7.5 meter, and you can kind of see, obviously this is a bit less, but like it's super, super tiny. It's really tightly wound. Even next to it, like a normal 5 meter tape. If I get like, this is a Milwaukee 5 meter tape. That's this super compact version. It's hard to really show you, but side by side is the best way, I suppose. They don't do a 3 meter though. This is a compact 3 meter Milwaukee. It's got the LED on it, but obviously you're wasting a bit of space with the LED light. So that's 3 meters. And then I like the 2 meter, because let's be honest, if you're measuring more than 2 meters, you could use a little compact laser measurer, or you could have a bigger 8 meter one in another bag. Most times you're measuring something, you are measuring less than 600 mil, in my opinion. You know, if you're measuring bits and bobs and positioning things, you would just use that. Put the file in sideways, definitely. I will be doing that, or underneath the hammer, if I can't lose. Yeah, I might, to be fair, I might put the file under the hammer. I feel like I want to bite the bullet on that. Because I put that there, I can still probably put something else under the hammer up here. Just haven't quite decided what. I want to fit, there's a lot of stuff to go in this kit, I can tell you. Let's just figure out this final bit now. So that's going there, that's going there. I've seen many halves of good movies. You have, Jess. They're not that good though, clearly. You've seen many halves of moderate movies. Hi Matt, have you any contracts with the UK military yet? I spent many an hour cutting foam in toolkits with day glow orange tape underneath. Yeah, I've heard people mention day glow orange tape. Wish we'd had your products when I was in the RAF. Yeah, I'm Matt. I've mentioned Matt a lot of times. Matt is the person commenting the shadow foam on the channel, who's my video manager. He's at home right now. I'm Jona. Just so you know, Phil, and you're in the loop. And yeah, day glow tape. I've heard other people mention that. So I'm assuming it's like bright orange fluorescent tape or something that you kind of cut the shapes out and then have that underneath. We don't have any contracts with anyone like that, but we do sell a lot of foam into aviation and to the MOD and to the Air Force and all different kind of, but usually it's individual bases that buy it, and we don't have anything to do with it. They just go on the website, and then the first we know of it is, we might notice a picking note or a shipping note that's got like RAF on it or something. We ship to different kind of military bases and then ships as well, lots of the Navy. It's really weird when you're putting an order to a ship, because it'll just have like the ship name and then like Lieutenant such a body and the ship, and then you're shipping it to like a forwarding address. You like the Milwaukee 3 meter tape? The amount of time I measure things around 8 foot is unbelievable. For example, spacing cuttings on an 8 by 4 foot sheet of ply. Yeah, to be fair, if you're a carpenter and you're working 8 foot by 4 foot sheets, that might be the beauty then for you. It's not very expensive. It's a 3 meter Milwaukee tape, really small. And it's got that little LED that just lights up where you want to read. So it's quite a nice little thing. It just takes a little button cell. Convoy or Quadrophenia for chill, or LP man. They movies. Don't know either of them either. I would take the cutters above the handle of the hammer and spread them so hammer handle goes in between them. They'd have space on the side. I could have done that, like you're saying, like up here. I've already cut them in though. I'm quite happy with that. Usually, if I can't decide on a full layout, I'll just decide on a section. So I'm really happy with this bit because there's no wasted space, and I can put a finger pull across them. And then underneath, I've now fitted the file, which I'm pretty happy with. And then up here, I've got the Allen key set and I've got the spanner. So I'm quite happy with this layout. I just need to fit in a few other items. So I might fit up the little tiny compact level down here because it's quite deep. Then I can put that up here. I'm still on the frame yet. That up here, then that in here. I need to just finish it off really. Let me just persevere on this layout for a second, and then I'll have it done, and then I'll be able to like just carry on, just keep cutting then. Right, so that's pretty nice there. Yeah, I like that there. That is going in the base. That'll have to go sideways. The pen. Another good spot for a pen sometimes is just under the handle of this, like the insole. Yeah, I might lose that under there. Any other favourite movies? If you had to say your favourite movie of all time, that's a good question. Me and Matt were going through that. We were putting together a video idea for how you could put basically a sheet of shadow foam on the wall and put like your 10 favourite Blu-ray movies or like DVDs in the foam and then have them as a piece of artwork. Because obviously some of these, you know, people like put LPs on the wall because the artwork's great. And I do think Blu-ray DVDs and stuff like that, I mean, physical media always comes back, and it's come back with LPs and stuff. But having your 10 favourite DVDs on the wall, so when someone walks in, you've got like your 10 favourite movies in a nice display in foam, in a frame, so it's a piece of artwork, and also you can change it out, you can switch out the movies, and you can also take them out the wall and play them. There's a video we were going to do, and then for that I kind of put together my favourite top 10 movies. I can't remember the exact list, but I know that Top Gun was on it. Top Gun was on, because I just watched Maverick, and I love Maverick. I thought Maverick was amazing, and then I had a Blu-ray of Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick in one disc, and I was like, that was on my list. Top movie is probably We Bought a Zoo. Yeah, I like that. I watched that so long ago. We Bought a Zoo. That's a true story, isn't it? That young family or a family with kids that bought a zoo. I think on there was Pursuit of Happiness. Quite like Will Smith and any Will. Well, actually, I'm not sure on Will Smith anymore, but I like Will Smith movies. Just a bit of an unusual figure, Will Smith, isn't he? It's a bit of a mad thing to do, go and slap someone in the face during an awards ceremony and all that jazz. But before that, I was quite happy with his movies, and I read his book and was quite a cool character. Bloodsport was a go-to for me when I was a kid. Bloodsport? Don't think I know that one. It's a funny sentence, that. Bloodsport was a go-to when I was a kid. Wow, blooming heck, was it? Some upbringing, that, you. Bloodsport. First thing, as soon as you woke up, straight into the Bloodsport. Wasn't that Chester Zoo? We bought a zoo, was that? I don't think it was Chester Zoo, was it? Wasn't that a zoo in America? Yeah, zoo was based on Dartmoor Zoo in Devon. Oh, it was UK-based zoo, was it? Thanks for asking, mate. I was back up the A on Friday, strong antibiotics, my leg's still quite a lot of pain. Hope to be back on my feet this side of Xmas. Yeah, Matt is not good at the minute. Gutted you didn't make the Harrogate show. Hope your video guy's feeling better. Yeah, we just had to pull the plug on the Harrogate show. I was thinking about trying to make it on my own, but I also had a bit of a full-on day that day myself. And it is quite tricky trying to plan and shoot and get the video going on my own. Pursuit of Happiness, the one where he saves others using his body parts. No, that's £7, another fantastic movie. £7 is where he saves 7 people because he killed 7 people, something like that. Great movie though, £7 is fantastic as well. Quite like all Will Smith movies, to be honest. Can't think of any bad ones. I Am Legend is pretty amazing. I even liked Hancock. I think that was a bit more of a like an acquired taste movie. Not everyone liked Hancock, but I thought it was quite good. Can't think of. I'm not sure if I like that one with him and Jaden Smith. You know, the Afterlife one. Kind of a bit of a bust, that one, wasn't it? But then I quite like Karate Kid when it was Jaden on his own. I will go very old school and go with Duck Soup and old comedy movies with Marx Brothers. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Duck Soup. Sounds cool. You are still live streaming, wow. We're nearly done. We're getting there. Blood Diamond is one of my favourites. You know what? I watched Blood Diamond last night, Jordan. What time are we on? Still 64 people watching, so I know this is a longer stream than the normal ones because I've had to organise the tools, talk the tools, and then now we're cutting them all in, so it's a bit of a beastie one, but Blood Diamond is crazy. It's a very crazy to think what's going on, or what went on, or what still goes on, to be fair, in Sierra Leone and other countries where they're fighting over conflict diamonds or whatever, and the kids being trained, and yeah, it was a long movie. I was up late watching that last night. I started it and then was I was all in, so I had to watch the rest of it. Right, we're nearly there now. I can feel it. We're getting to the very end, just getting to fit the last few items in. So we're doing well, actually. I'm pretty pleased. Everything so far. I've got all the screwdrivers in the top. Levels in the top is the only place it would fit. This level, I feel like I can definitely get rid of the holder. I feel like that's a bit unnecessary. And then there you go there. I kind of want that in the top. Point Break 1991, I know that, but I've heard of that, but I don't know the movie. Yep, you can walk around the zoo with the real guy based on the film for 500 quid. Oh, cool. Those movies are before World War II. Comedy is based on play of words, mostly, so it's not like current types of comedies. Oh, interesting. Before World War II, so not quite Laurel and Hardy. Or is it similar? Because I'm not great at history, but is that like Charlie Chaplin era? I'm literally like trying to nail down this layout, and it's a little bit tricky. I feel like I'm not quite nailing it in my head. I feel like that is not bad. That's actually pretty close to what I want, because then that's all the 1/4" stuff together, and then that leaves the volt stick, the knife, the little level, and then the tape measure. Haha! I may have cracked it. Is there anything else missing now? I didn't get a panel key in here. I do have a tiny little panel key that I'd love to put in here, but I don't know where it's gone. If I leave that gap, I think the panel key will fit there, but I'll have to go and dig it all out. I'm not going to try and find it now. Let's cut this bottom section, because I feel like I am very, very close now to having a finished layout, which I'm pretty pleased with. Point Break was Peanut Reeves and Patrick Swayze. Charlie Chaplin and Marx Brothers would be at the top actors in that time. Worth to look up some snippets of those movies. Yeah, I've definitely heard of the Marx Brothers, but I didn't know it was Duck Soup. We're on the last mile now. Keanu, not Peanuts. Not Peanut Reeves, Keanu Reeves. Point Break. Yeah, I feel like I've seen that. It's certainly familiar, Point Break. What do you think of Face Off? You mentioned Patrick Swayze. I'm pretty sure that's him. Or is that John Travolta in Face Off? I think the Face Off concept is movie and concept is just the worst. That whole idea, that whole movie is just horrible, and I think it's because Nick Cage is just such a good actor. He's like freaky, but the idea them having their faces switched and it's just the worst. The whole scenario that they paint is just horrible. Face Off is John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Yeah, I got there, John Travolta. Face Off was a great concept, yeah. It's just scary though, isn't it? Just the way that they tell that story, because it's like as if they sat in a room and they were like, right, imagine that you could cut someone's face off and then stitch it on someone else's face. And they're like, yeah, but, you know, they could come up with loads of wild ways to tell that story. But the way that they settled on, the way that they paint that picture of how it happens, and it almost feels like, well, that's the logical thing to do. You know, he's lying there with no face, and there's only one face available. So he ends up getting, you know, Nick Cage ends up getting Tron Travolta's face. It's just flipping mental, but it's such a good, well-told story, even though it's freaky as anything. When you catch up, meant snow in York. Ah, right, yeah, got you. So you've got snow in York. I'm in York on Wednesday. I'm going to York for about 2 hours. In the evening, I've got to go to it's a meeting for growing exports into the US. Part of the Department of Exports, kind of trying to grow UK exports, like a big event that they put on for any companies that are growing into the States. So that's Wednesday. But it'll be flying visit. I'll literally probably be leaving the latest I can here, driving straight to this hotel where it's at, and then trying to get out there and get home as quick as I can. So I'm back for a normal day on Thursday. Right, I think we're nearly there. That is the base layer done. I'm really happy with that. So we've fitted a lot in there. I think that's a great little layout, to be fair, and that's a really good kit of stuff, so I'm happy with that. And then here, the nature of foam is, I probably will decide that I want to change stuff up in the future, but I can always change it if I want to. I can't help feeling attacked by the Yorkshire accent on the Wednesday. That's how I talk. I'm not Yorkshire, but I'm Northern. Half these little colloquialisms, don't even know I'm saying them until you pick them out. Nout, out. Tin, tin, tin. Quite like that's one of Jimmy Carr's jokes. Not that I'm a big fan of Jimmy Carr, but I quite like that joke. It's the only joke. The Yorkshire accent's the only accent you can say a joke, the same word 3 times. Oh no, not joke, sentence. One word, same word 3 times, and it forms a full sentence in Yorkshire. And that is, it isn't in the tin. Tin, tin, tin. Tin, tin, tin. Well, that'll all change come January. What's January? I don't have a favourite movie since I'm 80s, 90s kid, so most action movies with cheesy one-liners, like Die Hard. On Netflix, if you use a VPN, you can get some different movies. Yeah. When I'm going to America, a VPN is a bit of a game changer, really. Because half the time, you know, I'm not that bothered on finding new stuff. I just want to be able to carry on watching a series that I'm already watching. Can the scraps be recycled? Yeah, we recycle all of our scraps here. In terms of can you recycle them? Well, if you come in this way or you want to post them back to us, we'll put them in with our recycle it, and all of our stuff here gets recycled. It is 100% pure polyethylene, so it's the same stuff as plastic bottles. Dylan's car could be in a movie. This could be in that one where there's a bomb in it maybe, and you can't stop driving until... what's that movie? It's about a train and Speed. I think it's called Speed. Oh, it's a bus, isn't it? It's a bus that can't slow down, else it'll kick off. Demi Moore in the film The Substance is a weirdish film. No, I don't know that one. I think I've heard of Demi Moore. Die Hard trilogy, let's not talk about 4 and newer. We're nearly there now, last items. Can't remember it. Oh yeah, I've done that one. Lol, you'll lose your views if you start talking proper jab. Oh, I can't help it. I don't really think too much about how I'm saying it until you mention. That's the thing with an accent. You don't really realise you've got one, do you? I can't imagine you do. The Substance is a terrific film. I really laughed hard with that. The Substance. I don't think I've heard of that one. Tombstone with Val Kilmer. They've got some good movie references here. I'll have to kind of get on these. The thing is, a lot of the time you sit down to watch a movie and you can't find anything that you want to watch. So having a couple queued up as recommendations is handy. Tombstone and The Substance. Jess, if you're watching, can you write those down? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie, lol? I think anything can be a Christmas movie, can't it? I mean, it's changed now, because when I was a kid, it was all, like, obviously there was a lot of movies on, and you had a TV quick, and you'd have a look over the Christmas period, and there'd be a lot more movies on at that time. And you'd be looking to see what was on in the TV quick and whatnot. But nowadays, it feels like there's no more movies on, so nothing is a Christmas movie anymore, is it, really? But they do seem to add more to Sky Cinema and add more to, like, ITV, you know, and BBC iPlayer and stuff. It's just, because they're adding movies all the time, it's kind of already done. Jess has already added it. Brilliant. Have you thought about getting a Dremel organizer and making shadow foam cutouts for Dremel accessories? We actually have. We did a video on the Dremel. We don't really make custom inserts that are ready-made and ready cut out and stuff, because every single person has their own kind of, like, they'll tailor it slightly differently, and the whole idea of shadow foam is you can tailor it to exactly how you want it. But we did get a really nice Dremel box, and we kitted out in foam. I think it was a year ago, maybe 18 months ago. Great kit, great box, and it all came together really nicely. And we also did this massive big Dremel accessories panel for Mark Peach. That was a great little build. That was a really nice panel. Hi John, are you planning to have a Black Friday sale? Yes. This t-shirt, David, is going to be free with all orders for the next month. It's not quite live yet. It's going live Black Friday. They've not been delivered yet. I've got this sample one. It says, sorry, can't socialise right now. My tools need organising. So that's going to be free with orders from Friday. There's going to be a certain value threshold on it, just so you can't order like one little thing for a £5. But it won't be much, and that'll be set up. And we'll also have a discount on the website as well, and we're launching grey foam as well. So we're going to be calling it Grey Friday, and that's not just for Friday, because I'm not a big fan of putting all the pressure on that one day. So we're going to be having it over the month. So that's something exciting. That is all of the foam cut. Finally, that was a bit of a task, that wasn't it? That was a bit of an undergoing, but I've ended up with what I think is a really nice toolkit. And essentially we've got, this is the top layer. We've got all of the electrical screwdrivers. That's full set of 12 screwdrivers, or 11 because I had to lose one. The torch, the electrical level, tape measure, the best little socket level that I've ever used, and the Gerber knife with a pry bar on the back. There's a little space here. I'm going to be putting a little fold-in utility key there, which I've got, I just can't find it. And then the bottom layer, we've got the best Pet and Nipex multi-cutters, the Weir power cutters with the power button on. They're like amazing snips. Electrician's hammer, full set of Allen keys in the compact case, full set of nut spinners, 6-inch adjustable. It's a pretty big banging kit. I'm really happy with that. We put it together we put that whole kit together here right on stream. So if you've missed a bunch of it, you can go back. This video will be live on the channel. There's a lot of tools I haven't used, but that's because we're going to be putting together a couple of other kits. This is kind of like compact electrical, but the plan is to make a compact kind of multi-purpose and then an emergency kit. The emergency kit's going to be fun. I've already shown you a few quirky things for the emergency kit, like the little pocket boy. I've got some amazing compact tools that they're for, like, this is a folding saw. It's been mentioned a couple of times on the stream. A few people have asked about it. It's like a Japanese made pocket saw. Really good quality. That's going to be going like an emergency grab and go kit. So that's, I think we will try and do these on stream, because it's more, there's more to talk about, and it's, rather than just cutting foam, I can kind of go through the tools, and I've got to do this anyway, so it makes sense to do it on stream. So yeah, it's been great talking favourite movies. I've got a few more on the list. That's all the foam cut. I'll just chuck them in the box, to be fair. That'll be funny, isn't it, if it gone to all this trouble and it doesn't even fit. So let's get the top one in. Now it is a tight fit because I measured it tight. I don't like to have loads of play in the phone. I'll take that out as well. Give me a shout out. Rocco Leon Racing. How you doing, mate? Love my Pocket Boy. Sounds like a game console, don't it? It sounds like a Game Boy. Like a Game Boy Pocket. Yeah, that was a recommendation. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of other creators and stuff. And there's a chap called Wranglestar. He's an American guy. He's like a homesteader. Talks a lot about tools. Rocco, calm down. I've got you, don't worry. And he put a little bit of a kind of emergency kit together. And again, I watch others, I learn from others. And he had this, like, I wouldn't have known about a Pocket Boy, Silky Boy thing until I'd seen him talk about it. Because again, it's not one you're going to find on the shelf. It's just a tool that you're going to, it's a bit tight. I might have to trim that in a little bit. But there we go, that's the top layer. Give me a shout out, you're on there. Looks like bot antics, that does, doesn't it? Wranglestar is some great content, yeah. His videos are a bit wild. He's a bit here and there and everywhere sometimes with some of his short videos. But you can tell he's kind of exasperated with America a little bit, as quite a lot of Americans are, it seems. But, you know, Wranglestar, the old school Wranglestar was very much about workshop and setting up his workshop, setting up his homestead. And I loved all that stuff. That was great. You know, the others, I've still subscribed to him, but his content's a bit more mixed now. Kind of a full spectrum of stuff he puts out, but still, he's still got some great tool recommendations. So there we go, stick that in there. That is, the thing is, I've cut these tools in the foam out the box, so I might have a little bit of fettling, another little Yorkshire term. But there we go, that is the full kit made. That is good. And it all fits in there. Let's see if the lid closes. They're not tight in there because they're in like their own little section. And that is the electrical toolkit. I'm happy with that. That is, the thing is, it's not big. That is a small toolkit. That's quite a small form factor. Let's go into the front camera. Boosh. Actually, this one's quite good. I've got the side one as well now. That is the ultimate electrical toolkit. I think if you pull that out at a job site and you turn up, that's pretty good. I'm going to the front one. Front one seems better. I think that is pretty good if you turn up with that. I prefer the setup and the homesteading videos from Wranglestar, not so much the ranting videos. Yeah, he's just a bit exasperated with some stuff, and you know, fair enough. Aren't we all exasperated with the world? It feels like it's falling apart sometimes, and there's a lot to be exasperated with, but you know, sometimes it's nice to have a break from that. Just talk about tools. So there we go, there we have it. That is all of the foam and the compact kit done. Thank you all for staying with me and all your comments and all your questions and talking movies with me. Great stream, really enjoyed it this evening. Come back next week, it's going to be 6:30 from now on a Monday. That gives me a bit of time to go home and have some tea and prep a little bit for the stream. And yeah, we're going to keep mixing it up. So hopefully next Monday we can open some Amazon parcels. That's what I'm really hoping for. But if not that, it'll be some other sort of toolkit. So something different each week. And yeah, some foam, some tools. Let's have a look. We've got looks excellent. Thanks for that. Sandy says nice kit, brilliant. I'm happy with it. I think it's you'll always be changing it and mixing it up, but I think that's a pretty good kit there. As an American, I can agree with the exasperation, but YouTube is an escape from that. Exactly. That's why I love YouTube. It's great. You can't, you know, you've only got so much mental space, and sometimes it's good to have a little break with something that you can kind of zone out with. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for your questions. Make sure you like this stream. It really helps if you just drop a like. I think that you can like it now or after, and make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Thanks very much for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one.